Hi, friends! Oh god, I broke it. Oh no! It's scuffed already, it's fine. There we go. Hi! Thank you to everyone who's followed recently. I know there's been a couple of you come from the Layton Brothers Discord. So thank you to all. Let me give a shout out. Flippant Foes, Dry, Elgamerias Safortunado. Okay, that's a long one. Pen, Sam, Paradox, Dolphin Lover, Corona, and Small Glow Cloud. Hi, welcome. I hope you're gonna enjoy the vibes here. Don't mind me breaking my entire setup because I wanted a cute background. I don't know why it's not working, it's fine. You're gonna have to deal with that single tiny bit of yellow in the corner until I fix it next time. Yes, it's Layton time, and I am more excited than I could really possibly ever hope to be. For the people who don't know this game, it is formative to me, quite frankly. It was a huge part of, like, my childhood. Like, all the Layton games are. We know this about me, but specifically Layton Brothers just got my brain going in a good way, and I wanted to share it with you all. So yeah, we're gonna do that today. And thank you, Dry. I'm glad that you think my voice is lovely. And the lights, I'm so happy that they work as well as they do. Like, I'm just gonna put this out front. Like, the setup for this stream is scuffed to hell and back. I have the game on my phone. I am streaming my phone to Discord, and on my Discord I'm screen capturing it using a different account. So things might explode. I might have to be a PNG tuber if my computer doesn't like this, but we'll cope. We'll manage. But you've heard the jams long enough. I feel like we should maybe get into the game. Boop. Can we just appreciate this music? I say as it ends. Oh god. Yeah. This game is so good. I hope you all enjoy it as much as I do. Don't look at the top one. I had to test some things. Oh no, how will we cope with ghost cars? Oh no! Also, let me know how the audio is. I think it's fine, but if it's terrible, then just give me a shout. Also, I need to do a thing. I need to flip myself. Give me a second here. Transform, flip horizontal. There we go. Now I'm actually looking at the game. Kind of. Yeah, I'm surprised with how well it goes through. I don't know why it's cut off at the top. Let's deal with that, eh? You'd think I didn't set this up, but I promise I did. There we go. It's kind of cut off, but that's just because, you know, like screen sizes, etc. I just threw my phone on the floor. Help. Yeah, every part of this is scuffed, including, like, my setup is my phone on top of my water. It's fine. Anyway, so, case 0, Freshly Baker. You get to deal with my terrible Yorkshire accent for this entire game, so enjoy that. But first, who's this bitch? 4 years on, and it still smarts. The heavens opened that night, and the rain sheeted down. That fateful night when I lost my way. When he killed me. God, I love this game. Me being your best friend for several years and finding out. No, bestie, my accent is not Yorkshire. This girl's accent is Yorkshire. Yorkshire is a place far from where I live. But yeah, so. Detective Constable Baker, are you paying attention? Maybe I should be a bit smaller, because otherwise I'm gonna be cutting off this guy, whoever they are at the point. There we go, I'll be smaller. American moment. Cancels you for being American. Wait, I know, I'm not gonna be small. I'm just gonna go up here. We're figuring out sizing on the fly, it's fine. Sorry, Deputy Commissioner. I was miles away. It was such a nice day out there. I couldn't help gazing out the window. All this sunshine must be a good omen on my first day, don't you think?
It makes no difference to anything. Maybe if it's seeing a lucky red bat.
Live poor reaction? I'm really happy that you've said this, Dry, because guess what I have? Oh no, it's flipped! Wait, we can still fix this. We can still fix this. There we go. That was my mirror dimension reaction. Now you get my actual reactions. It's like, there we go. Yeah, Ginny made this for me. It's fucking incredible. And I need to use it more than I do.
It makes no difference to anything. Maybe if we're seeing a lucky red bat. Anyway, don't forget, you've been assigned to what can only be described as a back office. I wouldn't be surprised if it's closed down tomorrow, quite frankly.
I don't know what accent I'm giving this dude. I mean, not to spoil, but he's in there for about this long, and that's it. Aye, this where all telecases that no one else can solve get sent, isn't it? Where the real stinkers get cracked.
Quite so, Detective Constable Baker. Don't let Deputy Commissioner Chan put you off. I'm sure you'll do very well there.
Hey, thank you, Commissioner.
You'll have to work very hard to improve yourself, Baker, considering your performance is up to now.
Now, I know I did particularly badly in me exams, but that's just because I'd had a bad bolty the night before.
Don't worry, Detective Constable Baker. I've put you with a very special inspector. He won't let you put a foot wrong.
I love this game. I love this game. You're gonna have to deal with this, at least for the first stream.
And there's not an officer in the force who can match his powers of deduction.
Hey, really? I'll be working with someone that good, eh?
Oh, yes, he's exceptional. In fact, I doubt there's a mystery he couldn't solve if he put his mind to it.
Oh, that's grand. I'll get cracking then and introduce myself straight away. And then she leaves. That's the end. We don't see her ever again in this game. That was just a random incidental moment. Are you sure about... Wait. Oh, that was him.
Are you sure about this, Commissioner? He's so unstable, you could be putting her in danger.
We just have to have faith. For all his faults, I still believe in Alfondi Layton. Ah! I'm fine. I'm not freaking out. What are you talking about? Lucy leaves, credits roll. Exactly. Wait, we solved the first case. It's fine. We've done it. We're good at this game. It's gonna be easy. Alfendi, listen. I can't. I swap between them all the time. My boy Alfendi. Like, Alfendi feels like too American to me, but maybe, like, it feels like an Italian name, so I don't know. I don't know what this motherfucker, I don't know how to pronounce this motherfucker's name. Al dente Layton, exactly. Request it, Al dente Layton. Dead sorry I'm late. I'm the new... Oh, where is everyone? Well, seeing as I've got the place to myself, might as well have a practice. Him. The true culprit of this crime is you! Give him all the vowels. Alfindi. Alfundi. How would you do it with a Y? Alfundi. Al becomes a rich man. Alfundi. Oh no. Hi there, Foot. I hope that rendering is going okay. You are just in time for us to accuse a man of a crime. You know how it is. An unlikely deduction, I must say. Oh, no, I'm... Who are you? Lucy, I mean Baker, Lucy Baker. I've just been assigned to this office. Ah, yes, I do recall reading a memo about some new assistant the other day. That's me. Pleased to meet you. I don't think I caught your name? Oh, yes, sorry, I haven't introduced myself yet, have I? I'm Alfundi Layton, Inspector Layton around here. But please, don't feel obliged to stick to formalities when you address me. Oh, well then, seeing as you'll be showing me the ropes and whatnot, how about I call you Prof? I'm not entirely sure that's appropriate. Certainly my father, who is an actual university professor, would not approve. Well, you did say there's no need to stick to formalities, didn't you? Well, Prof it is then. Just bear in mind that I haven't decided yet if this will be a permanent position for you or not. Also, welcome in, Flippant. How you doing? Hope that you got the tastiest of drinks. Eh? An rather interesting new case has just cropped up as it happens. The perfect opportunity for you to prove yourself. I love him. I love him. And that's how I got started working with the Prof. The first case were at a hotel in a popular seaside town. A young lass was killed on the balcony of her room. There were 3 suspects. I thought a lot of them were dead sus, to be honest. Sus? Like in Among Us? But the Prof seemed to know who'd done it from the start. He knew who the imposter were. And the key to solving the whole thing were in that sandwich. Sus count. Please keep a sus count. File number 1. Hand sandwich. Oh my god, that's a fucking pun. Oh my god. Ooh, yogurt drinks? That sounds tasty. I want one, please. Please deliver directly to my PO box. Lucy unironically playing Among Us? She would. She streams, actually. Like, that's the thing that they don't want you to know, is that she streams. Like, on the weekends, she's got a whole gamer setup. Kitty ear, like, headphones, everything. It's beautiful. We need to have Among Us cause as an emote. Oh my god. If you can repost, like, put Among Us cause in the fucking Discord, I will put it in as an emote. Like, I think I have a follower emote space left. I might put it in there. About to buy myself a Lucy VTuber model? Do it. I dare you. Let me talk you through the case. It happened just a few days ago at a hotel in a very busy holiday resort. Eee, that's a swanky looking place. Yes, it's a 5-star hotel with a wonderful sea view. Unfortunately, on this occasion, it was also the scene of a murder. Oh, a murder, eh? Yes, the victim was a woman by the name of Sandy Aldwych. She was murdered on holiday while on holiday with her lover. She's a well-off and well-to-do young woman whose immaculate appearance belied a checkered history with the opposite sex. OMG. She fucks. Oh my god, you're getting an Alfondi one for now. Oh, please. I think that's the logical end point. That's brilliant. If you need webcam recommendations, just hit me up. The one I've got is very good. It sees me. And that's all you really need, but it's fine. Oh, VTuber models? I mean, the person I got my model from, I don't think their commissions are open at the moment. I think they're busy. But I will hit you up later with some recommendations because there are some great fucking artists out there. All depends on, like, budget and stuff. You know how it is. Anyway, wait, we're supposed to be solving a murder. Though she stayed at the hotel alone on several prior occasions, this time she was with her lover. On the afternoon in question, Miss Aldwych contacted room service to order a sandwich. It was the bellboy, a Mr. Zach Carrier, who brought the order to the room. He's the first suspect. At Miss Aldwich's request, he took it out to her on the terrace. After Carrier left the room, a man claiming to be Miss Aldwich's lover turned up. Claiming to be? Yes, this is where it gets a little complicated. You see, the man who turned up at the hotel that day stubbornly refuses to identify himself. Sounds pretty guilty if you ask me. He let himself in using a keycard that she'd sent him. So he never saw or spoke to the victim in the room then. If you believe his statement, yes, that's what he's saying. I don't know, withholding his identity, that's dead fishy. Yes, well, anyway, let me tell you the rest. The supposed lover of Aldwich's put the "Please make up my room" sign on the door handle as he left. This brings us to the next suspect, a hotel cleaner who saw the sign and went in to clean the room. Her name was Vera Wipovsky. She started to clean the room as normal, and at some point she noticed that she drew the closed curtains back and noticed that Aldwich was outside on the terrace. Seeing her slumped over the table, it seems Wipovsky had thought that Aldwich had just fallen asleep. But sadly, it wasn't the case. She'd been strangled to death. And she lay there with one hand inside the sandwich she'd ordered. Eh? A hand sandwich? Yes, Aldwich's hand was sandwiched between 2 slices of bread along with other fillings. Whatever could that mean? If you manage to work that out, you'll pass my test. Oh, well, I mean, I'll do my best. Good, right, well, let's see what we have on the suspect so far. Okay, I'm all ears. No, I think you're like a face and like features as well as just ears, but you know, it's fine. As I've said, we're looking at 3 possible suspects. Firstly, the mystery man who claims to have been the victim's lover. No ID, but claims to be the victim's lover. A man present at the hotel on the day of the murder. He says he was Aldwich's lover, but that remains to be proved. He's rude, but well presented. I mean, look at him. He's got the swag. He's got the styling. She's all ears. Oh no. Alternative sprite where she's just a big ol' ear and a hat. Gross. The murderer to Aldwich. What are you? Aldwich. A hand sandwich. See, I don't need to be funny because my chat is. There we go. He does admit to having been in the room around the time of the murder. However, he claims he never saw or spoke to her. So you think she was somewhere else then? Either that or she was on the terrace and he simply didn't notice. It seems the curtains were closed when he came into the room. I've already confirmed that it's impossible to see anything on the terrace with the curtains shut. Still, you'd think he'd figure it out, wouldn't you? I mean, you would know if you were lovers. And he won't tell us his name. Come on, do we really have to look any further? It were him. Let's just move on to the next suspect, shall we? Before making any rash judgments. So the bellboy, Zach Carrier. He's the one who brought the sandwich and to the victim ordered to her room. And this Carrier fellow, he saw Aldwich when she was still alive, didn't he? If you believe his statement, then yes, he's the last person to have seen the victim alive. I'd say that's worth double checking then, eh? So he's a bellboy at the hotel, an efficient and diligent worker, well trusted by his employees. In truth, he's a clean freak and a narcissist who spent hours in front of a mirror. I mean, kind of a mood though. Like, if you want to get that hair looking right, you need to spend time. I see no faults there. Finally, the last suspect is the cleaner, Vera Wipovsky. She saw the service request sign on the door and entered the room to clean it, then discovered the body. When you discovered the body, eh? Fishy. Oh, I didn't read hers! There we are. So she's 51, female. She's a cleaner and a mother of 10, considered by all who know her to be an absolute rock. However, she worries her husband may be having an affair while working away. This poor woman. 10 fucking kids. Like, 10 fucking kids. Her husband is away and possibly having an affair, and she's a cleaner. I love seeing what fucking, like, what gets, like, blocked by, like, the Twitch. Like, misogyny. No, this woman fucks is positive, Twitch. Please understand this. 10 kids and an affair. Exactly, right? And that's everyone who's under suspicion. And yeah, we can check files up where there's a little pointy, but you can't see that because you have to see my cute face. That's more than my aunt. Holy shit. The most intriguing thing about this case, of course, is why Aldwich's hand ended up in her sandwich. Aye, that Sonny's a right brain teaser, and no mistake. Obviously, it couldn't have happened by chance. It clearly has some meaning. Okay, I follow you. I'll be sure to have a good look into the sandwich. So, now you have all the information. Who do you think the culprit is? Just off the top of my head, you mean? Hadn't I better take a look at the crime scene and all that stuff first? The crime scene's available for your inspection, just over there. Over there? How do you mean? Have a look. Girl boss fucks and empties dudes' wallets. Versus a boss girl fucks and works hard, plays hard. Obsessed with these. The new gender binary just dropped. Bayek, Prof, what's this? This is the reconstruction device. It faithfully reproduces any crime scene, right down to the minutiae. It completely eliminates any need to leave the office and travel to the real scene of a crime. I had no idea modern policing was so advanced. Well, actually, you won't find a machine anything like this anywhere else. It's one of a kind. So, shall we get down to the actual investigative... Words are hard. Why am I playing a visual novel? Should we get down to the actual investigative business now? Reconstruction device law when? Now. It's literally, yeah, it's just stolen from Kay Faraday. It's fine. I'm expecting a visitor soon, so I'll limit you to 5 minutes, I think. What? Just 5 minutes? Don't worry, Lucy. I'm well aware it's hard for you to determine a culprit based on your current knowledge of the case. Why don't you tell me what your gut instinct is, first of all? Who do you feel like the criminal is? Listening to your hunches is a vital part of the process. After that, we'll start making some deductions. Understood, Prof. And then you can start investigating the crime scene, baby! And there's a button up the top behind me that's like, name the culprit. Maybe I'll move myself here. We'll figure out the best place for me to go. And I also don't know, why this is cropped. Give me a second. There we go. Now you can see the entire damn screen. It's fine. I think what would be fun, because obviously I know who the criminal is, I might set it up to like a vote. And like, y'all can vote on who you think did it. I think that would be quite fun. But first of all, let's get the evidence. Laying here thinking about pumpkin spice. I don't think I've ever actually had pumpkin spice thinking about it. Like, I don't know if it's like just less popular over here, but I've just never sought it out for definite. Alright, before we do any investigation, we have to do my favorite thing. It's like a cinnamon clove taste. Ooh, I definitely will seek it out at some point. You can check through the files you've accumulated on the case so far here. If you ever get stuck, my advice is to come back here and go over all the information you've gathered. So yeah, this is my favorite part of possibly the entire game because you can use hints, and most of them are fucking stupid. Like, some of them are actual hints, and some of them are just like, fuck, like, this specific thing. We'll get to one of my favorite ones in this case, but I don't think any of these specifically have funny ones, and I don't need hints yet, so it's fine. Oh wait, actually, what are their comments on the people? I know they have those. Hints more like lore interactions, exactly. Those of us in the Layton Discord who know who it is. I mean, I can't tell you whether or not to vote, but I mean, if you want to, go for it. Just know that there are people in chat who don't know who it is. So what's their reaction to everyone? Who'd have thought such a looker would have so much trouble with the menfolk, eh? I'd say it's because of her looks that she had all that trouble, Lucy, wouldn't you? She's hot, so she deserved to die. Alfondi, you're a terrible man and a misogynist. She looks like a proper jolly old farmer's wife, doesn't she? She has a certain all-encompassing quality, yes. But her husband works away from home. Oh, poor lass. I can't imagine how any one person looks after 10 kids, can you? No, she never could have done it. She wouldn't have had the time. Some might say that people who have very difficult lives are driven to crime, Lucy. Investigators like ourselves rely on logic. We cannot let ourselves be swayed by emotion. Alumberism misogyny. Correct. I thought he looked quite dashing as it happens, but it turns out he's quite stuck-up little so-and-so here. Certainly he seems somewhat haughty. He's certainly into fashion in a big way. Why is there such a huge space there? I've never noticed that. And how he looks in that. I mean, that neckerchief's a bit of a bold statement, eh? I've never seen one tied like that before. No, you're quite right. It's a very unusual way of wearing one. Is that what's considered cool nowadays? You're not that old, Al. You're like 30 or something? You're like 29? Is that what's considered down with the kids? Yeah, I wouldn't like to say, Prof. Lucy, you're even younger. These people are just like, oh, we're so old. We don't know how the kids act these days. Basically, Zach. He's fat, handsome, but he's an idiot. Also, the fashion police want his ass. Boy, this is what it feels like to be me. Yeah, but you're like a 50-year-old, is the thing. I don't care how old you are, you're a 50-year-old. This will work in your favor. When you get to like 80, you'll still be 50. It's fine. He's claiming to be the victim's lover, but he won't tell us what his name is. There's nought more sus than that. Can I get a sus count update, please? The question is why he feels the need to withhold his identity. Obviously, it's because he's done something he shouldn't have. So Lucy is sus of, like, everyone at the moment. What a queen. Who could look after 10 kids? My aunt looking after 8 kids, the eldest is almost 20 and the youngest isn't even a year. God fucking speed, to be quite honest. Yeah, the controls are pretty intuitive. Just click on the things that want clicking on. The 3D models are fucking brilliant, is the thing. So yeah, a deck chair, designed for reclining, and it's adjustable. Hell yeah. Zoom. Blackout curtains that block out all daylight. It's impossible to see onto the terrace when they are closed. A large full-height window with an uninterrupted view of the coastline. It was unlocked and has Aldwich's, Carrier's, and Wipovsky's fingerprints on it. I don't know why I'm surprised the mysteries are murder mysteries. Yeah, so here's the thing. They are absolutely police officers that deal only with murder. One day I have to try and remake one of these crime scenes. It will look like shit, but hey, who cares if it looks like shit? Hell yeah, do it. An extremely full double fish sandwich. Gross. One of the hotel's popular specialities. Not a single bite has been taken from it. She wasn't hungry. Tropical fruit juice. This is just like in Animal Crossing. It's like fucking vacation juice, and it's like, you know they're getting fucked up on that. Looking at a Sculpey, I can't do it. I can do it. Do it. I'm peer pressuring you. A glass of juice. Aldrich didn't drink any of it. Carrier's fingerprints are on the glass. The fish is fillet of white fish covered in pickle juice. Originally part of the sandwich, but removed for some unknown reason. Table. It sure is a table. Body. Double fish sandwich. These damn rich people, what are you doing with food? Honestly. See, here's the thing. I would eat that sandwich if it didn't have fish in it. Maybe I'd eat it with the, like, fillet fish in, but not, like, the fucking, like, salmon or whatever it is. The other fish. The dead body of Sandy Aldrich. Cause of death is posterior strangulation with a long, thin, strap-like object. And then you can zoom in and find other things. A copy of the receipt is signed Bosco Phelps, but the handwriting is Aldrich's. Zoom. And then there's the final place. There sure is a potted plant here. It's wilting. Sad. Will you check the evidence with hints? I shall, yes. I want to give everyone, like, that hasn't seen this game, like, the full experience. A high-quality tie made of silk. It's crumpled and creased and shows signs of having been pulled very tightly. So now we've seen all that, let's head in and check our hints. So, curtains. If they're boring, I'll just tap through them, but, you know, who do you think shut the curtains? Why would Aldwych have shut them if she went out onto the terrace? So the killer did it, is what they're thinking. What opinion do they have on windows? The window were unlocked, anyone could have got in. The room door locks automatically whenever it shuts. The only people who had access to the victim are the 3 suspects we've already identified. What are their opinions on plants? According to this, there's a few dried up leaves on this plant. Perhaps someone hasn't been watering it. Anyway, I don't think it's relevant to our investigation. But the plant! See, I can see fish and pineapple being alright. Like, I don't like fish, is my issue. But, like, if it's just, like, fried cod, I can see that being quite nice with pineapple. What's a tad doing on a pot plant? Perfect tool for strangulation. It's a comfy looking lounger, but why are you using it to eat? Yeah, some of these are just, like, eh. Some of them are fucking hilarious. A nice fillet of white fish and smoked salmon sarnie. Okay, so that's what's in there. I'm being bullied for pineapple. Help! I'm sorry, there's no help. There's no help left for you. Though I am on your side. I just can't help you. I'm busy. I'm solving a crime. Lucy likes fish, though. Like, unstandable. Okay, important question for chat. Now we've brought it up. Pineapple on pizza, yes or no? If you answer wrong, you will be banned. Okay, we got 2 yeses. Probably put pineapple in ceviche. Isn't that like shrimp? I'm not sure. Don't mind it. Okay, you're on thin ice, but you can stay. Pineapple on pizza is fine, but not something I really order because it's kind of whatever. Thin ice. I'm sorry, I have to ban somebody from chat. Not really my thing. Get out! Lucy fucking hates pickles. She's correct. Shrimp or fish and you cook it with citrus juice and put in chopped veggies. Ooh. Not my thing, but vibes. Only fingerprints on the glass are carriers. Pickles good too. No, they're gross. Like, okay, I've gotten better with them. Like, I can have them on a burger now, but I don't like that they are just sold as like a thing that you can bite into. That makes me feel unwell. Oh no. Oh god, I've turned the tide of chat. Thank you for eating my pickles. I owe you my life. A snack Cornish on fucks. No! Wait, was that a fucking pun, Alfonde? There doesn't seem to be anything particularly fishy about the table itself. Apart from the fried fish on it. Hey! Dumbass, I love him. It's him and his stupid fucking nose. Okay. Yeah, let me do like a 1 minute thing. I'll go back into the things, but let's start a poll. Who do you think did it? Who done it? Who are the people? The lover, the cleaner, or the bellboy. Remembering names is for nerds. Alright, you have 1 minute starting now to vote on who you think did it. I will go back into the people so that you can see. So, was it the lover? Was it the bellboy? Or was it The cleaner. You're making breakfast? What do you got for breakfast, bestie? Oh, it was clearly Alfonde. Sorry, yeah, I forgot to put that, option in. Please forgive me. You think it was herself? You think she killed us? Ah! Don't mind that happening. It did a flip! This is fine. Coffee and toast? Ooh, tasty. I'm stealing a sip of your coffee, you can't stop me. She was allergic to fish. Oh no! The fish got up and strangled her! Faced with pickle and pineapple, she couldn't handle it. It was Alfombi in the balcony with the tie. Alright, we've got 6 votes for the bellboy and no votes for anyone else. Damn! Okay, well, we know who we're voting for then. Name the culprit. Boop. It was the pickles! So, let's hear who you and chat think is the most suspicious. Alright, apparently we think it's the bellboy. I see, and what's your reasoning? Alright, chat, what's your fucking reasoning? Tell me. Well, he was the last person to see Aldrich alive, and if it were him, it would make up the statements of the other two. Add up nicely. The smug look on his face. Because Lucy said he was annoying. My reasoning is okay, sure thing. Smug-ass pretty boy? Okay, okay. Well, the thing is, you were a smug-ass pretty boy, and I fucking hate pretty boys, so I think it was him. So we should put him in prison. Because he's a French twink. Well, yes, he is a French twink. Of course, you could say exactly the same about the other 2 suspects. No, you couldn't. Those facts alone aren't enough to prove anything. Well, no, I suppose not. Do you have a better idea then, Prof? Do you think you know who did it? Oh, yes, certainly. According to my deductions, I'm... Oh, shit. Oh, fuck. Ah! 97.6% certain sure of the killer's identity. You only worked to 1 decimal place. I'm shocked. That's sass. I love her. The fact is, this is an unusually simple case. I've been able to ascertain almost exactly what happened on the day of the incident. Nevertheless, there's a 2.4% window of uncertainty that cannot be ignored. Because of the helpful fellow that won't tell us his name, is it? Naturally, that's one area of uncertainty, yes. So it were the nameless wonder after all, eh? There's been alarm bells ringing in my head ever since you said he would claim to be the lass's boyfriend. Aye, this were a crime of passion. What? Who said anything about a crime of passion? Ow, I've been stabbed. I want to pick up Lucy by the waist and squeeze her with my hand. Honestly, same. Like a fucking squeaky toy. Does he have Sherlock brain powers? I mean, he is Herschel Layton's son. I'm just putting it out there. Ah, it's him, the killer. Killer? You better not be calling me a killer, lady. Sorry, Lucy, I neglected to tell you. I was interviewing this man earlier. Oh, right. What's your problem with me, huh? What have I done wrong? Well, Mr. That's right, we don't know your name. Withholding information, that's what you done wrong. You done something you want to hide. If you ain't got the brains to see why I'm doing this, I feel sorry for you. Now, let's all try to remain calm, shall we? This is all conjecture. No one's making any accusations. Oh, he's Professor Layton's son? My condolences to him. Real. Too real. Oh. I mean, yeah. Love you, Layton. You're a terrible fucking father. Perhaps if you could explain why you feel the need to withhold your identity? Okay, sure. I refuse to tell you who I am, but I swear I've done absolutely nothing to break the law. I can't have my name printed in connection with this kind of thing. I've got my business to think about. I see. So you run a business. Mostly what I know about the guy is that you love him, he's good at puzzles, and he's a bad dad. Yeah, Yeah, that's mostly all you need to know about Layton. Also, he's traumatized. Just so desperately traumatized. You get adopted by the professor, you hear the sad violin. Yeah, it's like, child adopted. Bwah, bwah. I see, so... Oh wait, that's not Lucy. That's Al. I see, so you run a business. I do. And you're worried about possible bad publicity if you reveal your identity? Is that right? I mean, you got it in one, officer. His hands are so small. Holy shit, I want to go back and look at those small, tiny hands. Look, I've told you everything I know about what happened that day. Where I was, who I saw. Until my lawyer turns up, I'm not obligated to tell you anything more. Yeah, look at his tiny ass hands. His body is so big and his hands are so small. Oh my goodness. Yeah, that's actually you, Al. He's got Yuri hands. Oh no. Oh my god. This man belongs in a Yuri. They are tiny. Wait, damn. This man couldn't possibly have done it. His hands can't fit around like a neck. Oh dear. I see, that's fine. We do understand. You're free to go then. Hey, you're just gonna let him waltz out of here? Yes. Bye. We have another appointment now anyway. Ugh, what's that smell? It's that aftershave again. Enjoy your sleep dry. Thanks for popping in. The VOD will be up on YouTube and Twitch if you want to catch the rest of it. It's how he gives handshakes without cracking his hands. I mean, here's the thing: he doesn't handshake. He fist bumps because his hands are too small and they would shatter if someone like squeezed them. Don't know why you're making such a fuss out of me. Something, the man who did it already. Actually, we have yet to make a firm decision on that. But I'm good to go, right? Just don't go too far. Not until we got this mess sorted. I won't try to run if that's what you mean. Once my lawyer's on hand, I'll answer all your questions. His fist bumps are like mosquito bites. Why does the mystery room have a doorbell? Good fucking question. I mean, maybe it's because, like, Al doesn't hear people knocking, so he, like, installed the doorbell. I don't know. Maybe he just likes the lo-fi charm of it. I don't know. Ooh, he's so full of himself. I'm gonna find something on you. You mark my words. Well, first we have another interview to conduct with someone else. I believe he's already waiting outside. Bye. Mr. Zach Carrier, isn't it? Oui, that is my name. May I ask what this is all in aid of? As the last person to have seen the victim alive, we were hoping you'd be able to assist us with our inquiries. Inquiries? This is true, actually. I have terrible peripheral vision and usually have music in. I mean, yeah. To be fair, Al is the sort of person I feel like that would be wearing headphones like 24/7 and also just does not pay attention to shit that he's not focused on. So I guess it makes sense for him to have a doorbell. Either that or he's just like in a little hut outside of the rest of Scotland Yard and it's like, alright, you're going to the mystery room, throws you outside. Yes, we're investigating the young woman's death and we'd like you to fill in a few gaps for us. Oui, bon, if this is all you are asking, I am happy to try and help you. As it happens, I am a fan of crime fiction. I have great many things to say about this case, Inspector. Well, we'll be looking forward to hearing all your opinions, Mr. Carrier. He is a lo-fi study girl. Real. Has somebody drawn this? Because I feel like they should, please. Par example, something Vera, you know the cleaner, told me. It is very strange. It is about the sandwich. Oh, aye, the ham sandwich, eh? Ah, there were a piece of fried fish just next to it that caught my eye. Very sus, if you ask me. Sus? Like a manga? I'm not gonna do that every time. I promise. Yowie hands? No, those aren't yowie hands. They're like vaguely proportional to his size. Like, I feel like Yowie hands, they would have to be, like, at least, like, 10% bigger. Hi, Blatt. You came in right at the sus moment. Congrats. Nobody warned me there would be French people on the stream. I'm sorry, I'll put a content warning for French people next time. You have noticed, bravo, mademoiselle. You are detective par excellence. Sorry to disturb your Agatha Christie convention, but I'd like to start by investigating the corpse. If we can establish how Miss Aldrich died, we may learn something about the sandwich mystery in the process. Oui, of course, this is elementary detective work, n'est-ce pas, Inspector? Grand idea, Prof. So, Lucy, let's get this investigation underway, Right you are. I love this game. I love this game. Now we got our wall of mystery. Give Zach Yowie hands and he could slap it off on his face in one fell swoop. Dumbass shit. Please. What's all this then? These are the issues we need to resolve in order to discover the truth behind this case. Pick whichever one you'd like to tackle and we'll start investigating it. Right you are, Prof. Well, I mean, I guess the one that says corpse, which you can't see because I'm in the way again. Don't mind that. Takes out a baguette and hits Alfondi. Can we have, like, a Layton Brothers fighting game? Like, enough of fucking Layton and Smash. I just want an entire Mystery Room fighting game. Baguette big enough for the Yowie hands. It's an oversized baguette, naturally. First, examine the body and we'll see if we can establish the cause of death. I'll get on it right away. Whee! Alright, we gotta investigate the body. Woo! And we don't have a time limit for this part, thank God. Layton Mortal Kombat crossover, exactly. So, this is Miss Aldrich's body. It looks like posterior strangulation. You're familiar with the terminology, are you, Lucy? You know what posterior strangulation is? What is posterior strangulation? Is it squeezing someone's butt, throttling from behind, stabbing from behind, or thumping from behind? Again, I know the answer. I'm not going to do a poll for every single one of these, but I am going to click this right now. That would hardly be life-threatening now, would it, Lucy? Would be if someone tried it on me. I love her! I love her! She's my best friend! Oh, I love her. Okay, so it wasn't that one. I'm not gonna do all of them because they're not fucking funny as that one, but oh my god. Aye, posterior strangulation means someone wrung her neck from behind. Precisely. That was an easy one. Sadly, not all the problems we tackle here have such simple answers. No, I'm sure. If you're ever up against a brick wall, you might appreciate a hint or two about the evidence. Just tap the hint icon. Okay, you're breaking the fourth wall very quickly here, Al. Please. Thanks for that, Prof. I'll bear it in mind. Manual, fact-finding, then the hint icon. Got it. Anyway, stopping to break the fourth wall, the murder weapon, eh? Have you already located it? Oh, sorry, Mr. Carrier. So annoying you have to pay in order to get the rest of the cases. True, but at least it's, like, cheap. Like, you're not paying, like, 20 quid or anything. Also, I can't believe the real Alfondi Layton is in my chat right now. Hi. Oh, sorry, Mr. Carrier. Yes, according to the report, they did find the murder weapon at the scene. Let's see if you can uncover it too, shall we, Lucy? The murder weapon? No problem. Character in chat. OMG. Who needs dev in chat? An examination of the body shows that Miss Aldrich was strangled with a long, thin, strap-like item. The murder weapon should be on the scene somewhere, so that's what you're looking for. I'll find it, Prof. Don't you worry. Doing all right today. Doing all right. Very fucking happy to be playing this game. I cannot express how much serotonin this is giving me. It's the tie! This is the weapon. I found a tie here, look. Yes, which would be consistent with the marks left on Miss Aldrich's neck. So this is it then, eh? We've found the murder weapon? Is that a cravat? Not the same thing, bestie. Oh, do you know something about this time, Mr. Carrier? Oui, it is the cravat of the lover of Mademoiselle Aldrich. Oui, I believe his name is Monsieur Phelps. Oui, Bosco Phelps. Bayek, you know his name? Oui, I was something of a confidant to Mademoiselle Aldrich at times. She told me his violence had become too much for her again on this vacation. The hotel was a refuge. Give over. I apologize for not saying this before, but I am not comfortable to speak of the private matters of the clientele. Now, I wish I had not been so highly principled and perhaps a life could have been saved. You best call this Phelps back in, Prof. You know, with all this new info. Perhaps, let me just mull it over for a while. There is a dead woman. You don't have time to mull shit over, bestie. Our dog is hunting our kitten around my chair. There's no saving. Like, they have to fight it out now. I'm so sorry. First, we should tackle this case's biggest mystery. Ooh, the hand sandwich. Also, just a general note for chat, maybe I'll pop this in the title or something. We're not going to do too many spoilers because there are people who are experiencing this for the first time, just so you know. So you are 4 years younger than Aldrich. How the hell are you her confidant? Let's think on that one for a second. We're gonna go poke the sandwich. How do you spell Zach's name? Carrier, I mean, we'll check in a second, I can't. Yeah, it's Z-A-C-H and then C-A-R-R-I-E with the, like, acute accent and then R-E, I think. Something like that. Yeah, Debonair in chat's got it. Hand sandwich, it's time! The victim's hand was found with, well, the victim's body was found with her hand thrust among the ingredients of a sandwich she'd ordered. This is your first Layton, I can't believe it. Finally. I finally got you into it. I mean, into. You're watching it. I'll take that. Dead fishy, that. Get it? It's about the fish. Oui, that is of vital importance. Let's examine the sandwich first and foremost. Then we'll try to establish what her hand being inside is telling us. Bump. Oh, sandwich is there. There we are. He's French, what did you expect? Damn, the Francophobia in chat, though. This is the signing in question. We see Mademoiselle's hand inside. An intriguing scene indeed. Perhaps it is some kind of dying message, no? As I said in my statement, Mademoiselle Aldrich shared my passion for crime fiction. The idea of a murder victim leaving a dying message would not have been strange to her. Ooh, you mean like some sort of clue to the killer's identity? How exciting. A message. That's an interesting idea. I'll just adjust things so you can examine the sandwich in more detail. Excuse me a moment. I'm Spanish, it's basically in my blood. Are you ready to examine the sandwich again? Aye, let's get stuck in. God, I love Lucy. Zoom and enhance! Wasn't as dramatic as I'd hoped, I'm not gonna lie. Hand. That sure is her hand, and it does smell of pickles. I don't want to know how they know that, like, it smells of pickles. Hey, why is the suspect being invited to look at the crime scene? I feel like that's a thing that sometimes they do, like, if they want to, like, push a suspect for, like, a reaction or something, they'll, like, take them to the crime scene or, like, walk them through it. To be fair, it's not the real crime scene, so they can't, like, meddle with anything. It's just, like, a simulation. So I guess it makes sense, but also, yeah, I can see it being kind of weird, maybe. Pickle. Fuck these things. Egg. Okay, here's one that isn't brought up often. Do y'all like cold boiled eggs, like in sandwiches and stuff? Because I find them slightly repulsive. Alright, we've investigated the sandwich, and now I'm hungry. That shit yummy? Ooh, okay. I see what this is getting is, like, I can decide who I give, like, specific parts of my food to. Okay, so, like, boiled eggs, give them to Chris. Pickles, give them to fucking anyone in chat, apparently. Never tried it? Like, I understand the vibe of it, but sometimes it just does not work with me. So we've examined it. But what is the reason for our hand to be in the sandwich? I wonder if it's not why our hand is in there, but where our hand is in there, if you see what I mean. Très intéressant. Apart from our hand, it is a sandwich of pickles, egg. Yes, but let's take another tack. Can you think of what Miss Aldrich might have been trying to convey with this dying message of hers? I mean, I'll put this one over to chat. What was Aldrich trying to convey? Again, if you know, give other people a chance to say. Just while I catch up on chat. Not a hard-boiled, softer yolk person. Fair. Like, I kind of vibe with, like, boiled eggs when they're hot, but when they're cold, it's like, eh. Killer's job, or perhaps the killer's name. I mean, I know what it is. So, let's go with the job. This sandwich indicates the killer was a chef. No. No, I do not think this can be the answer. Nope. Cold egg and prawns in a sandwich sounds so fucking disgusting. I wasn't paying good enough attention, but this is reminding me of a certain blue-haired anime pop star from a hit video game. Wait, what? Miku? Wait, who? Oh! I fully was like, Miku? I forgot that Sayaka exists. I forgot that she was a thing. Yeah, this sandwich actually just spells Leon. And why do you think that? It's the sandwich filling order. Take that! I got it by heck. She's spelling out the killer's name with the filling of her sani. Of course, the first letter of each of the ingredients. Magnifique. We have pickles, then and egg, lettuce, pineapple, and finally, smoked salmon. So we do. Whose name does that spell out then? Everyone, do we know how to spell? Speaking of Miko in London, I actually went to see her when she was in London. It was fucking great, but somebody in front of me had leaks. Like real ass leaks. And they smelled like leaks and sweat. It was bad. I've never had to read Asani before, but this one spells P-H-E-L-P-S. She was trying to tell us it were her boyfriend, Bosco Phelps, no question. Oh no, not this part. This is fucking cruel. Give me a moment here. So how's everyone in chat doing? Why would they not update them all at once? Please. Yeah, don't take a words are hard. Don't take a long time updating the files like that. Yes, I know. But you'll find a lot of extremely relevant information in the updated files. Don't overlook it. I hear you, Prof. Puh. and salmon. It seems we have identified the killer. Bosco Phelps is guilty of murder. You must arrest this most violent criminal at once! Don't you worry. Well, it seems we've reached a conclusion then. Thank you very much for your assistance, Mr. Carrier. It was my pleasure. I always like to help to see that justice is done. Aye, ta very much. Do not hesitate to contact me if there's anything else I can do. Still reeling at Zach calling Lucy ma chérie. Honestly, what a bitch. She is nobody's shetty. I assure you, we'll be in touch. I've had 2.5 hours sleep. Oh god, get some more rest, bestie. I still haven't completed watching or playing Mystery Journey. Good lord. Showing a lot of chest for a hotel job. It's a tits out kind of job, you know how it is. So we know who the culprit is now, correct? All sorted. Okay, well, just to make sure we're on the same wavelength before we move on, shall we? Who do you think killed Aldrich, Lucy? Before we do that... Oh no! I don't think I can check it right now! Shit! No, I want to go into the hint menu! There's a fucking thing that I want to show... God damn it, we'll do it after this. It's fine. Wait, what's this idea? You've got every playable character as a suspect and they're fighting to pin the murder on each other, and every round you have to try not to incriminate yourself by attacking too similar to the victim's cause of death. If they died of strangulation, you have to be careful about grappling too much. That's vibes as hell! You can pick up weapons like smash items, but if your opponent makes you drop them, then your fingerprints are on them and they count as evidence. That's so fucking great. I love that. Anyway, let me set up a new poll. Who done it? Oh my god, it doesn't save it from last time now? Stinky. New poll. Who? Bell. Men. Clean. There we go. There you go. I can't be bothered to actually put words in, so you get that. Oh wait, maybe- oh, we can't do the hints here though. Bosco's just a man. Yeah, you know how it is. But yeah, we can't go to the hints now. Sad. Let me have a sip while we're waiting on that poll to come through. No, the cleaner is Vera Wapovsky, this lady. Zach is the bellboy. CP. Sad. Well, there's other hints. Okay, I voted. I wonder who it was. Definitely not obvious. Damn. So, the results were, drumroll, please. Wait, you can already see them. It's just a surprise for me. So 2 people voted, 1 for man, 1 for clean, and then 6 of y'all voted for Bell. There we go. Ah! Don't mind it flipping, it's fine. Whee! Bonk! It was Carrier, wasn't it? Yes, it was. No one else could have done it. You have to look at the heavily contrived dying message to see it. Aye, it were a bit too good to be true. Screen lock? Oh shit, that's a genius idea. Where is it? Where is it? Ah, there. Wait, I think I already had screen lock on. Is that gonna rotate now? Yeah. We're just flipping. Lucy's being defensive and I keep accidentally tapping through. It's fine. There we go. So, Lucy was being defensive because she thinks she's a detective par excellence. It's fine. Okay then. Sounds fake, but okay. Well, let's examine this elaborate dying message a bit more, hmm? No, now we can, right? Go away. Hints! Yeah, I'm just gonna keep doing flips, it's fine. Evidence. Here we are. I'm not a big fan of pickles myself. I can't get past the smell. Yes, it can be quite overwhelming, can't it? I just think it's when something people get used to the smell. It's fine. I'm afraid I can't be that help! I can't speak! Why am I playing a visual novel? Screen flips and kick flips are streaming. So true, actually. Even if you take him out, everything still stinks of him. Death to pickles, I say. Then I'll see you in court. I like them. They're such fucking goobuses. I love them. Don't care about the hand. What are their opinions on egg? It's been hardboiled to within an inch of its life, eh, this egg? Is there something about that fact that's relevant? No, not really. I just prefer a softball egg myself. She gets it. I see. Well, should we get back to work? The leaves are starting to brown at the edges, look. Yes, it was sliced with a knife. The lettuce reacts with the metal of the blade, you see. It stays fresher for longer if you rip it by hand. Well, I never. You enjoy cooking, do you, Prof? Me? No. Home cooking is far too inefficient. Inefficient? Absolutely. Individuals catering for themselves is a waste of time and energy. Pizza delivery is the answer. Disaster man. I adore him. I'm gonna give him a little kiss on his big-ass stupid nose. Right. Lucy's fucking judging him. I'm not sure about the idea of putting pineapples in sandwiches. Oh, I think it's a grand idea. I'm quite partial to it in sweet and sour pork as well. No, that makes no sense at all. Well, pardon me for living. I fucking love them. Also, Lucy is fucking judging Al for being like, ooh, pizza delivery is the answer. But she has, in like the past 2 cases, said, ooh, I had a bad balti the night before. That's takeout. And then she's like, ooh, sweet and sour pork. That's takeout, babe. Unless she's making it herself. And in that case, she would not admit to it being a bad balti. She eats takeout too. She needs to stop being a fucking... She needs to stop judging. You hate pineapple on pizza? Banned. Get out. Al is like 5 years away from the big from a big owl beer belly. Jesus. Ah, the dying message, oui. This so-called dying message that names Phelps as the culprit is clearly a fake conducted by someone who did not know the man very well at all. Someone like Carrier, you mean? Yes, there's even some evidence on the scene to support that theory. I suppose you're expecting me to find it, are you? An excellent deduction, Lucy. Get to work then. I'm going to go make tea. Bye. I wonder what could be proof. I think we know. I think if we just go... Yep, yep. It's a copy of a receipt signed Bosco Phelps, but the handwriting is Aldwich's. This is it! Ah, this receipt's a dead giveaway. It clearly shows the dying message couldn't have been left by Aldwich. That's right, I'm glad you spotted it. Just so we're clear, what about the receipt exposes the dying message as a fake? It's the spelling of the name! Take that! The receipt's been signed by Aldwich, but she's forged her fella's name and written Bosco Phelps. But going from the Sarnie message... the Sarnie massage? Not sure what that involves, don't think I want to know. But see, it says right here, it says Maggie Burr. So we got the spelling wrong. It's spelled with an F, not a PH. Precisely. And since the receipt was signed by Aldwich, the man's lover, we can be confident that's the correct spelling. Which proves the dying message in the sandwich weren't Aldwich's work at all. That's right. In the interest of being thorough, could you verify the correct spelling with the man himself? If you explain why it's so important, I'm sure he'll cooperate with you. Ah, you leave it to me, Prof. Then she left forever. End of game. All done. We were right. His name's Bosco Phelps with an F. Once I told him what was going on, you were actually very helpful. And now we have to update all these fucking again. Yeah, this one does have that same sort of mistake of spelling from Ace Attorney 2. Good, so our deductions were correct. It's in the bag then, eh? It was that Carrier, no question. Almost no question, but we've yet to find some truly decisive evidence. What we need to focus on now is finding evidence that he was actually the one who killed her. The killer is even similar to Dick Beef. I hate that name. Change that, Chris. I need to ban you. Imagine trying to speedrun this game. I have, like, considered doing a speedrun of this before, but, like, just because it's in a similar vein to, like, most Layton speedruns, you're just tapping the right thing. I mean, it'd be fun to, like, optimize tapping, maybe optimize, like, moving around the crime scene, but yeah. Carrier's mistake. Evidence that Carrier committed the crime, eh? I don't know really where to start. Well, the sandwich is the most glaring contender. Right, that were to create something that looked like a dying message, weren't it? If you wanted to incriminate Phelps, there's a somewhat more obvious message, wouldn't you say? Oh, now I'm starting to see what you're driving at. Good, the evidence is all right there. Evidence that shows why he had to put Aldrich's hand in the sandwich. This is not the professor no, this is the professor's son. The professor is a Lego man. No, sorry, Prof, you've lost me again. Okay, well, you've had a look at the crime scene, so let's turn our attention to the statements, which I forgot to read, but it's fine. Is there a particular statement that makes you stop and think? Yes, I went out into the room. I had no idea Sandy was out on the terrace. How could I? The curtains were drawn shut. There was a strong smell of scent. It wasn't Sandy's perfume, it was that aftershave that the bellboy I passed in the corridor wears. I left the room and hung the please make up the room sign on the handle. It was a pigsty. Oop. Mademoiselle Aldrich had called room service, took her food out, and then immediately left the room. How did such a round man have such a pointy kid? I do not believe it was biological, I'm not gonna lie. There's a lot about Layton that makes me think he would not have a pointy child, or a child at all. He shouldn't be allowed children, like, adoptive or biological, but yeah. While I was delivering your order, Mademoiselle and I spoke. We shared passion for crime fiction and had a lively conversation on the topic. Vera Wapowski only cleaned the room, that's all. The sign on the door. She has a master key. And then she saw the body. Classic Layton way. Adoption, then abandonment. Too real. I still feel so fucking bad for fucking Flora. Actually spawned fully formed from a cabbage field. Real. So, why was the victim's hand sandwiched if not to spell Phelps? This is a terrible way of doing it. Marketable Alfondi plush. You want to talk to Dry about that. They have Alfondi plush and it's fucking great. Sippy. I don't understand why crime fiction is emphasized. I think that was to lead into the dying message. Because, like, crime fiction, dying messages, they're a thing. I think that's why. Anyway. Yeah, it was, here. She shared my passion for crime fiction. We had a lively conversation on the topic. I think on Dry's Twitter, which I think is just Dry Ice Cubes, I think she's posted pictures of the plushies. Anyway, it's this one. Take that! Listen, she doesn't say anything, so I have to. But all this talk about perfume and aftershave in this statement seems a bit odd to me. Just found out dying messages are a trope. Big day for Benz. Bestie, you played fucking you played Danganronpa, bestie. Anyway, also yeah, Al is having an anime moment right now. Fucking anime character Alfondi Layton, I love you, my best friend. That's it, Lucy. Eh, it is? I'll explain later. Call Carrier back here, would you? Quick as you can. Consider it done. May Layton. Can we get a bop? Can we get some cat jams? Can we get some cos jams in chat? We now have enough evidence to prove Carrier committed the murder. This time, we'll crack him. Ask Carrier to come in. It's time! Oh my god, I forgot I had the Gengar jam! Yes! Alfonde, sorry, what you? God, this slaps. It's a capital C and then small OS for Cos Jam, by the way, if you want them to show up on stream. I'm surprised you have asked me to come here again. You have arrested Phelps now, I presume? No, we haven't, because Mr. Phelps ain't guilty. Pardon? Mr. Phelps did not... Wait, wrong accent. Listen, I'm doing 3 accents at once. I'm gonna mess up. Let's try that again. Mr. Phelps didn't kill Miss Aldrich. No, the real killer is you! Lucy overpronounces the F for the sake of the tongue. The real killer is you, Mr. Zach Carrier. Mon Dieu, I cannot believe what I am hearing. You have already established that Phelps is the killer, no? Oh, that's yesterday's news. You're the new kid on the block today, and it's gonna stick. Are you out of your mind? The cravat of a lover, the dying message, everything points to Phelps. Aye, everything points to Mr. Phelps, because that's how you set it up. If Mr. Phelps were truly the culprit, surely he would have gone to greater lengths to hide the murder weapon. And there's evidence that proves unequivocally that the author of the dying message was not Miss Aldrich. Bof, impossible! If you have this evidence, show it to me. I do not believe you. What proves it? Is it just the pickles? Oh, we have, like, multiple to choose from. There we are. Yeah, the soundtrack to this whole game is fucking impeccable. It's brilliant. This receipt is the proof. It is the receipt of the room service, no? Exactly. It was I who gave this paper to that woman in the first place. What can this possibly prove? Have a look for yourself. You may notice it's signed Bosco Phelps. Oui? And? No. No! Ah, you see it now, haven't you? Phelps is spelled with an F, not a PH. And this signature was penned by Miss Aldrich. It's hard to imagine she would have got the spelling of her own lover's name wrong. Mais oui, in normal circumstances you are right, of course. But the sandwich was Miss Aldrich's dying message that she has created as she was being murdered. In these circumstances, it is no surprise that she made a petite error. She was in panic. English spelling. I fucking love these arrows. I've not been reading them because it would spell, like, it would take, like, a lot longer, but the arrows are always fucking brilliant. Also, this motherfucker cannot talk about English spelling if he's French. Like, ways up. Half the letters in that are fucking just silent. What a bitch. Anyway. You spelled your own name wrong on your license? Bestie. Oh no. True, that would make perfect sense. But if Miss Aldrich was in a panic, then there's something else that she did that doesn't make sense at all. And what is that? A certain piece of evidence should make everything clear. Lucy, do you know what piece of evidence I'm referring to? What shows it wasn't left in a haste? It was the fish? I actually don't remember some of these. Like, these specific questions. I know the arc, but it's either the hand or the fish. I think it's the fish. Because it's like, why would she take out the fish when that spells F? Splat. It says piece of fried fish with a pickle juice on it. That means it were either in the sandwich originally, either just above or below the pickles. I'm sure I don't need to point out what the first letter of fried or fish is, Mr. Carrier. No. Anyone who knows the proper spelling of Phelps wouldn't have taken out the fish finger and stuck in a hand. No, they'd have taken out the pickles, leaving Phelps, and oh look, no hands. Zoot! The idea that someone could think to remove some fried fish and put their own hand into a sandwich while being strangled to death is a little too hard to believe. No, the person who created this had plenty of time, but sadly, didn't know the spelling of Phelps. Someone rather like you. No, no, no! Perhaps it was not Mademoiselle Aldrich who left this dying message. But you have nothing to prove it was me who killed her. Nothing! We have proof. Also, at no point in this case has anyone said, also, dying messages are actually kind of all sorts of outrageous. Yeah, she was, like, being fucking, like, strangled. She did not have time to just, like, put her hand in for anything. Oh, I love Automod. We can say twink, please. Yeah, so the logic has been so far that the spelling of the sandwich was pickles, hand, egg, lettuce, pineapple, and then smoked salmon, which spells Phelps but with a PH. But the guy's actual name is Phelps with an F. You don't need to apologize for that. That's just like, I have my auto mod up quite high because fucking, yeah. Cause I had hate rates back in the day. Ah! I did it again! But yeah. It has been allowed, you're good. Anyway, we have proof. You see, we have to ask ourselves why the culprit placed the victim's hand in the sandwich at all. Mon Dieu, you have just told me to create the misspelled dying message, no? No, that's not it. There was another motive for making sure the victim's hand was in the sandwich. Lucy? It was to disguise a smell! Take that! Chat has a twink license now. Beautiful. You wanted to mask the smell of aftershave. Oh wait, that wasn't... Listen, accents. You wanted to mask the smell of the aftershave that were on Miss Aldrich's hand. Flip count 6? Oh god. Ugh. Mr. Phelps' statement confirms that you frequently wear very strong-smelling aftershave. While you were throttling her, I bet Miss Aldrich was grabbing at you, getting that scent all over her hand. So you needed something to disguise the smell. You put her hand in the sandwich so it'd get covered in pickle juice. But you knew the victim having her hand in a sandwich would raise too many questions, so you created a diversion in the form of a dying message. Non? Non, this is your fantasy, you have imagined everything! We have proof. If I'm not mistaken, Miss Aldrich must have left a mark on you. A wound that when she was grabbing at you when the aftershave rubbed off on her hand. You have no basis to say this, huh? Can you see such a wound, huh? Never trust a twink. Never trust a twink. Not at the moment, because you're hiding it. You're hiding it on your neck. Take that! Her little ear wiggle, her little smirk. I love her. Also, we just killed a man. It's on your neck. That's the normal place where people apply aftershave, there or on their wrists. And I noticed something about you the very first time I set eyes on you. The unusual way in which you wear your neckerchief. Granted, it's just a theory, but I'd be willing to bet you're wearing it like that to cover a wound. No, no, no! This wound is... So you admit it. There is a wound, then. We'll be able to compare the shape of the wound with Miss Aldrich's fingers to ascertain the truth. Isn't the proper twink? Yes, never trust a twink. Unless you'd rather spare yourself the embarrassment and admit to it now. No. It was all her. She is to blame. She was... Just how much money did she think I had? Oh, you were paying her money, were you? Our job is done, Lucy. The case is closed. The lawyers can take over from here. I love this sprite of Al. Look at him. He's so pretty. Just, and like, I've seen all the like stuff in chat about the art style, and fuck yes, it's so good. Good luck to him. Mystery solved! We did it! Twink kills woman, ends up in jail. Correct. This is how it should happen. And now we got another vibe. We cracked it! Yes, thanks for all the effort you put in, Lucy. Oh, you know, it went out. It's a rather exciting place to work, wouldn't you agree? Aye, a bit too exciting. I was wondering, Lucy, if you'd like to stay on and be my assistant on a more permanent basis? What, you mean I've passed your little test? There's one condition. You'd have to be willing to learn. I have a lot to teach you. Always happy to learn me. Thanks very much, Prof. In that case, for the second time. Welcome to London's New Scotland Yard Serious Crime Division Classified Intelligence Investigation Agency Headquarters. By heck, that's a bit of a mouthful. I couldn't agree more. It's a highly inefficient name. That's why I prefer to call it the Mystery Room. He said the name of the game! Holy shit! Also, just so you know, we tend not to talk too much NSFW here. I know it's your first time in chat, so just don't do it again, please. That sounds dead good, that. I work in the Mystery Room. I am raring to go now. Chuck all your crimes at me and I'll bat them down one by one. That's the sort of attitude you need, Lucy. Keep that up and you'll do very well. Your sharp instincts remind me of my brother. I have high hopes for you. Oh, a brother, you say? Yes, I'll introduce you one day. We did it! We solved the case! Herschel villain does war crimes. Herschel forgives them. Layton brothers villain kills a woman who's a gold digger. Cool motive, still murder. I mean, that's the difference between the two characters, I feel like. Herschel is very much like, oh yeah, it's fine, just go to prison for a bit, but like, it's fine, I get it, trauma, it be like that. Whereas, I mean, the fucking morals here are, as much as I love them, they're cops. Their job is to put people in prison. Yes, that's right, I've assigned a young woman there. She's completely inexperienced, but of course. I'll continue to keep a close eye on things. Ooh. We did it! He's actually going to prison for trying to pickle hands without a food license. Oh my god. Alright, case 1 solved. We're gonna go to a little break now so that I can, like, rest my voice, get a drink, and eat something, because I'm really hungry and it is, like, 12:30, so I should probably eat something before we continue the next one. But everyone, you know, hold on tight, don't change that channel, whatever. I'll see you in a bit. Bye!
devastator. Every semiconductor being connected by a non-reversible tracking wire.
welcome back. It's bungle burglary time. And thank you for the follow during the break. I have refueled, I have eaten sausages, and I have sipped. I also have, like, a bad throat now. Help. There we go. Okay, we good. Alright, looks like people are filtering back in. Welcome back. I hope that you took the break to also take care of yourselves. This is important. But now we're going to go and meet my best friend, Florence Sick. Oh god, how am I gonna do her voice? Oh no, I have to choose now. I didn't think this far ahead. Al! Al Fundy! Oh yeah. Can I help you, miss? Oh? Al's got a young woman in here, has he? Sniff. My name's Florence Sick. I work at the lab. Ah, hello, Florence. You're actually on time today, I see. Yeah, not funny, Al. You should be ashamed of yourself bringing a woman back here. Oh, no, I've just started work here. I'm Lucy Baker. Oh, new blood, is it? Well, anyway, enough preamble. I want you to look into a case. I've sent over our lab report already. It's not like you to ask for help with a case, Florence. Is it especially puzzling? She is a lesbian, correct. Like, I don't know what it is about her, but there's fruit. This is also zoomed in again. I'm gonna beat this fucking thing in the butt. 1 second. There we go. I think you should be able to see it all now. Yeah, we just popped back in from break. There we go. Okay. Maybe now you'll be able to see the entire character spreads. There we go. It's as clear as a test tube. A burglar broke into a flat and killed one of the residents. Well, if it's that black and white, how come you want us involved? Because it doesn't add up. Oh? The suspect's as suspicious as they come. He's made a statement already, but I'm certain there's more to it than meets the eye. I can't abide the thought of the case being closed before I've dotted all the I's and crossed all the T's. So you want the prof to look into it and figure out what's niggling you? Is that it? Yes. Okay. Would you mind, Prof? God, I love Florence. I'm not sure I like you calling me that, Florence. If it's your only objection, I presume you'll take it on, Prof? She's such a bitch, I love her. If you promise to make it the last time you address me like that. Now, you have a deal. Ah, they're best friends! So, where's the file? Didn't I already say I'd sent it over? Oh, yes, here it is in the piles of shit in this office. Yes, we'll start investigating this at once. Just know this. If you fail to solve it, I swear I'll keep calling you Prof until the end of your days. Ah, shit! She's fine. Lucy, we have to solve this case. Failure is not an option. Professionalism will see us through? I love this game. They're all best friends. It were a case that came up just as I was starting to get used to working in the mystery room with the Prof. It happened in a fairly ordinary studio flat. I was used to seeing blood by now, and the male victim were covered in it. That and broken glass. There were 3 suspects. I'm starting to sense a theme. I remember being surprised by the clever trick the killer employed. But that wasn't the reason why the case stuck in my mind. Oh no. You see, that was the first time I ever saw t'other side of the Prof. File number 2. The bungled burglary, baby! The one common Layton trait, messy as hell office. Yeah, that's the one of those nurture over nature things. Right, let me tell you what we know. The victim in this case is a young male, murdered in his first floor flat. We've already managed to identify him, and he's something of a loose cannon. His twink side! Correct. Clean officers are actually a myth. Oh my god. That and the oh god. We're so mean to this family. They kind of deserve it though, it's fine. Oh? Yes, certain Jack Potsby. The incident occurred a few days ago, just after midnight. His wife, a woman by the name of Goldie Potsby Marn, was having a shower when she heard him scream. She ran out of the bathroom to see her husband lying on the floor and the culprit running away. According to the statement, the killer was a muscular man dressed entirely in black. That should give us a good head start with finding him then, eh? Well, the block's caretaker, who was on duty at the time, heard the sound of glass breaking. He ran upstairs and knocked on Potsby's door, whereupon the wife told him about the intruder. Wasting no time, the caretaker conducted a search of the grounds and apprehended a suspicious man. He got him then. What do they need us for? There's now for us to do, surely. Well, the apprehended man had an alibi of sorts. He's a known petty criminal by the name of Buster Nix. He claims he was attempting to break and enter a ground floor flat at the time. Oh, very nice. A lie some people tell. I know what I'm gonna do. There we go. Don't mind the big blur of black. Let's see if that works a bit better. He says he ran off when he heard the sound of shattering glass. In his statement, however, he claims he didn't see anyone coming down from the floor above. Okay, let's... There should do it. Okay, why wasn't that working before? The layouts are work in progress. It's fine. Of course he didn't, because it were him that did it. The thieving numpty's incriminating himself with that. I think not. If he wanted to deceive us, he'd be claiming he did see someone running away, surely? Oh, wow, I suppose you're right. That would make more sense. That's what's really bothering me. If you conclude Nix is telling the truth, things get very complicated. Don't they just? So let's start making some deductions, shall we? You think you can determine who did it from the crime scene and the witness statements we have? Oh, you're gonna put me on spot again. I'll tell you what, first let me fill you in on the three suspects. To start off, of course, we have the burglar, Buster Nix, who's 61, but still fucking going strong with the burglary king. An old wag and a serial burglar known for his swift getaways, he was dressed in black and caught near the block of flats. Very suspiciously, he was caught immediately after the incident, but there's his statement, don't forget. If he really is our man, then what he said don't make sense. No, quite, we have to be careful not to jump to any conclusions. Yeah, Buster kinda has a gender to him. Not my gender, but definitely a gender. Next, there's the caretaker. Chase Downs. Okay. Sure. He's a concierge of the flat, he's a keen bodybuilder who recently joined an exclusive nearby gym, and he can get violent when angered, it seems. His actions from when the incident occurred to when he caught Nix seem to be nothing but laudable. He could always have engineered it that way, couldn't he, though? Finally, there's the victim's wife, Miss Goldie Potsby Marn. Jack Potsby's wife, a stunning beauty. Sadly, this isn't the first husband she'd survived. She claims to have been showering at the time of the incident and was the one who discovered the victim. Wow, what a stunner! You are gay. Oh, really? Is she? You are gay! I love them both so much. They took all the, like, repressed homosexuality in the original series, and they were like, okay, we'll make it a bit more explicit here. Are you joking? Well, anyway, that's all we know about the suspects. Now I've set up the reconstruction device to include all the information we've gleaned so far for your perusal. We're a little short on details for you to say with any certainty at this stage, but what's your gut instinct, Lucy? Who do you think the culprit is? Once you've had time to think about that, we'll start trying to make some logical deductions. Okay. I mean, I want to investigate the crime scene first, because we got to check what's going on first. Well, there'll be nothing we can say about anything if we don't hurry up and investigate the crime scene. Eager to get started? Good. I'll turn on the reconstruction device then. Goldie is innocent and I'm her next husband. I will stand by this no matter what I learn. I love you. The murderer is somehow Zach again. Let's start snooping and see if we can find any French people on the scene. Lucy, I'm a lesbian. A lesbian. A lesbian? I like girls. I love her. This is the flat where the incident took place, but we only got 5 minutes! Speed run this shit. We got a balcony. And it's a concrete balcony on the first floor. We got a window. Broken glass is scattered from the floor inside. It was unlocked and all fingerprints have been wiped off. We've also got a blood-stained towel. Towel stained with the victim's blood. It belonged to Potsby and his wife and was normally kept inside the flat. No, they usually keep their towels outside to air dry them. Ooh, clock. An antique grandfather clock with a big old pendulum and a door. This is the door into the flat. The fingerprints belong to the victim, his wife, and the warden were identified. The key was kept inside the flat. Oh, I forgot. I always forget that you can move around. I always just like rotate. A medium-sized domestic refrigerator. Very little in the way of food is inside. It's stocked mostly with beer. We know what kind of life these besties had. A rubbish and recycling bin with lids to prevent unpleasant odors. They don't seem to have any evidence in. There be knives here. Kitchen. A highly narrow galley kitchen that looks highly impractical. A simple, narrow, it is impractical, it's bad. And a cooking pot. A very large cooking pot in which pasta was boiling at the time of the incident. Guy who's never been to outside Towelville, town where they keep towels outside. Oh yeah, no way a towel should be out here. Stupid. Very stupid joke. Bathroom and attached showers, evidence of recent use, but no traces of the victim's blood. I don't understand why there is a drain there. This pisses me off. Why? And there's no like thingy on the floor, like a floor towel. I forget what they're called. Bath mat. Bad bathroom. Snug little sink with a cup of toothbrushes, a bin. Nothing really of relation. A scrap of card, slightly damp. And a toilet is extremely dirty. Let's not look at that anymore. I'm glad that they didn't illustrate that it was dirty. Wardrobe. Contents are in a complete jumble. Fucking millennials. Telephone. Only used to call the incident. And a memo pad. Phone number scrawled onto it, all of which have proved to belong to various takeaway food establishments. We understand the life they're living here. And I'm proud of them for it. We'll save the body to last. Couple slept in this fucking horrendously positioned bed. And there's a TV there. Like, the feng shui on that is bad. Food delivery, it was Alfredo! At the time of the incident, a drama starring popular actor Roscoe Strapping was airing. Chairs. Small cheap chairs made of laminated wood. I had those chairs just in green at my university accommodation. Potsby was getting sloshed. King. What is using a first start for Soul Swap? I turn over to Ghost Cos for a little bit. I realized that that's not actually that explicitly clear in the redeem, if I remember what I wrote in there correctly. Where is it? I can't find it. There we are. Oh yeah, it just says it changes my model, basically. Okay, body. And glass. Shards of glass that exploded all over the flat when the window was smashed. Considerable force must have been used, throwing pieces on top of the body. The victim's dead body, he was fatally stabbed in the back, and there's no other signs of injury. Alright, that's everything, so let's go into our hints. What do they think of the people? Ew, she's lost several husbands before. Bit careless, wouldn't you say? Jesus! Lucy! Either that or a chat-up in tragedy. Exactly. Was it fate or fabricated? By heck, he's a brute, eh? Looks like he could break my neck with his little finger. Perhaps he could. Personally, I believe in less physical ways to break people. Sir? Sir? Hello? What does this mean? In about 64% of burglaries. We're just not going to talk about that, Al? We're just not? Okay. The method of her entry is through a window. Aye, well, all this is a bit too much of a coincidence, if you ask me. He's dead sus. No mistake. And then a mysterious figure. Do you think this fellow really exists? We do have contradictory statements regarding the intruder. Determining which is true would seem to be the key to solving this case. And then we have this motherfucker, a typical loser, unemployed, with a gambling habit. He recently enjoyed a big win. A good-looking gambler, eh? I wonder what Potsby Man were doing with a loser like that. There's no accounting for taste, Lucy. Okay, I know I said he's gay, but... Ace. Aero Ace? Time will tell. And have we got any interesting... I can't remember if any of this has fun dialogue, so let's just tip through. Umpteen. Oh, Umpteen. I love Lucy. They didn't have a particularly healthy diet. Their kitchen was shit. A typical loser, unemployed. No, you're not a loser. You're my best friend. The knives seem like they have not seen much use. Oh, please tell me they're going to talk more about takeaway food. Don't you always find you end up doodling on pads like this when you're on phone? No, I can't say that I do. Okay, sure. Anything interesting about the phone? Not to say, really. Nope. Balcony. Yeah, that is my follower emotes. I put the ones that I drew, and also I believe Ben's is on there. So you should have Coswatt, Cos Pride, and Cos Pog. Like, without being subbed. Supporting pillars, blah blah. Also, hello, how you doing? Low walls disturbing. It's a shitty balcony. Window. Oh, Robert Johnson outside on the balcony. Okay, good to know. Broken glass can cut your hand and then you'll bleed across the land and then you'll see da 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 da. Okay, this is all actual hints. I don't care about these. I'm here for the funnies. Go away. Stop telling me how to solve this case. Nothing suspicious about this. Just a run-of-the-mill wooden table that witnessed a murder. Well, they were gonna say something about the beer. Nothing out of the ordinary. I do love the color, though. Sure, Lucy. Sure. Seems the victim was watching television. That program with Roscoe Strappin in it, were it? I was tuned into that and all. I couldn't take my eyes off it. I mean, it were right edge of the seat stuff. It were Lucy. Bisexual. Diagnosed. She was just rambling. I love her. Hospital corners on the bed. Sure. There is so much. Is there anything else funny? Wardrobe. Maybe there'll be something funny in here. Lucy Bye. Real. Standard sink. Puns. Dumbasses. They've got to say something about this toilet. Ugh. I better get my marigolds out right now, I think. Please don't clean the, like, murder scene. That's a bad idea. So yeah, while I'm going through this, of course... Actually, I'll start the poll now. Who do you guys think did it? Let me find my poll thing. There we are. Manage poll. New poll. Ooh. Oh, I can't type help. Lucy would go for everyone, Al would go for no one. Correct. So, who are the people? The Shadow, Buster, Nyx, Bodyguard, or like House Guard guy, and then, Wife. Alright. Y'all have 2 minutes to vote. Go, go, go! There we go. Don't. We're doing flips! Ah! Oh, he's fond of the classic design of the clock because of his deity! Oh, your dad a horologist or something? No, he very much wasn't. He has a bad history with clocks. Only the most careless of criminals would drop a towel. God. It didn't strip me as much of a cook. He must have been her that were boiling the pasta, eh? That would mean she'd left it on the stove while she went to have a shower. That's a fire hazard, that is. We should nick her for reckless cooking if now else. I love her. Bins, card. Okay, none of this is gonna be funny. Let's go. Biggie, wow, this is just like Maximum Pride punching you. Hey, thank you for the follow, Grade Gamer. Hope you're doing cool today. I recognize that name. Alright. How long we got left on the whodunit? I think like 30 seconds maybe? What's it going like? Okay, we got 2 votes for the wife. Anyone else ready to vote? Anyone else to say that it was definitely Buster Nyx, the old man? How long we got left? Like 10 seconds? It's all cool. Oh god, I need to stop tapping over to Discord because it does bad things for the stream. Get distracted again, so I will agree with everyone. Understandable. Goldie baby, they don't know you like I do. Oh, you're gonna enjoy this case, bestie. That's all I'm saying. Alright, we think it was the wife. Got it. So who do you think did it? This bitch. Interesting. What brings you to that conclusion? All women are whores, prof. She was the one that found the body. Once she see that it makes no sense for that thief, Nyx, to have been given a false statement, she's next on this. Chat confirmed, hates women, misogynist chat, cancel them all. I can't say it's a compelling deduction, but I think you're right to suspect the wife. In fact, I'd say there's a 96.4% probability that Pospimon is the culprit. You're pretty sure of yourself again, aren't you, Prof? Yes, well, there's still that uncomfortable 3.6 band of uncertainty we must eliminate. I'll need to speak directly to the suspect in order to clear up 1 or 2 loose ends. I don't think he said quite 96.4. I think it was like 98 point something last time. He was slightly more certain on that one. I assume you mean our prime suspect, Miss Goldie Pospimon. Aye. Although it's not officially related to the case, this woman has an extremely worrying history. 97.6. Thank you for remembering the random number. She's had 3 previous marriages, every one of which has ended with her spouse dying. All of his math is absolute BS, and he's like, I got this, Lucy. Mysteries are fun, though. Go nuts. Oh, fully. He's just like, oh yes, I'm 96.2% sure. I already know who did it, but you know, like, do my job for me, please, bestie. Thank you. So she has had 3 partners. She's already been widowed 3 times in the past and lives a very opulent life off the resulting life insurance. Give over. Talk about leaving a trail. The police and insurance companies investigated the incidents, of course, but they couldn't find any indication of foul play. Maybe she's just dead unlucky then, do you think? Let's reserve judgment on that until we've met the woman in person. She should be here any minute. Do you think she has any idea we're onto her? To help us with our investigation was the way I put it when I asked her to come in. She probably knows. I guess we'll try and have to catch her off guard then. Yes, I don't expect she'll give much away, but as we hone in on the truth, hopefully she'll get flustered. I'm counting on your help, Lucy. Well, it doesn't sound like it's going to be a walk in the park, but I'll do what I can. Ding dong! Good, because I believe she's here. Whee! Slide. Hey, girl! Now, were you the gentleman who requested my presence here? What the? Miss Goldie Pottsby-Munn? That is my name. My pleasure to meet you, I'm sure. And, who's this, fellow with you? There's a lot going on the screen right now. This is fine. Well, I would have thought that was perfectly plain. Being here is my new man. Gah. You got a new fellow already, but your husband's barely cold. No shade for your interest, but maybe save it. Literally, why is this happening here? I do appreciate his, like, fucking jacket, though. It looks real good. But also, why is this here? Please. Husband? Oh, I did have a husband, that's right. Why is her I've never seen that glitch before. Her, like, fucking mouth has, like, glitched out of position slightly. Vibes. Voicing Goldie is really pretty. And thank you. Talk about unfeeling. And what's that you got around your fellow's neck? A collar. Isn't it swell? I chose it myself. Gah. Unbelievable. You can't do that. She can do what she wants, she just can't bring it in here. Well, I do declare the police interfering in a young lady's private affairs of the heart. No, that not what I meant at all. Just... Miss Pottsby-Munn, we fully respect your privacy, and your relationship with this man is not our concern. However, we might ask your friend to leave us alone while we discuss this case. He's actually not that into it. You giving her the southern accent as Ben bait? She has a southern accent! Look at her text! I'm just doing what I have to. If you fall in love with her, that's your fault and your fault only. Bing is my best friend, Inspector. We have no secrets between us. If I stay, he stays. I'm afraid I cannot allow information about the case to be revealed to a third party. Please, if you wouldn't mind. Oh, very well. Bingo, homeboy, go wait for me under the porch. Ow. Now, boy. Ow. This poor guy. This poor fucking guy. Thank you. Now, allow me to introduce myself, if a little late. I'm Inspector Layton. And I'm Lucy Baker, the prof's assistant. And what do you want with little old me? I already gave the nice gentleman my statement. Why, I know everybody knows it was that no-good outlaw who committed this heinous crime. Indeed, as likely as it may seem, there are still a number of issues we need to clear up. Oh, really, Inspector? Yes, well, 2 issues to be precise. This man is doing a PhD. Oh, fully. He's like a fucking biologist. He's like an astrobiologist or something. And he's just being forced into pet play by this hot woman. Firstly, the exact circumstances of the victim's death. We really need to establish whether or not he was killed by an intruder. I have already told you that I saw the intruder with my own eyes. Secondly, there's the intruder's point of entry. Exactly how did the culprit enter the flat? Why, through the window, of course, the W-I-N-D-O-W. You need only look at the scene to know it. Have you even read my statement, Inspector? Naturally, I've read all the witness statements. I haven't. It's our job to iron out these little details one by one, you see? I hope you won't mind helping us. It would be my pleasure if it helps bringing that murderous outlaw to justice. Good, so Lucy, shall we begin our investigation? Aye, let's get stuck in, Prof. Oh, they were all my best friends. So these are the issues we still need to clear up about the case, aren't they? Yes, if we can solve these little riddles, they will lead us to the truth about what happened. Why, they are both as plain as day. Perhaps, but we need to confirm they're as clear-cut as it seems. Lucy, where do you want to start? Let's see now. I think it makes sense to go in like chronological order, like the method of entry and then how they got attacked. So let's start with this one. So we're trying to work out how the killer got in the room, aren't we? That's right. Now I'm quite sure that could not be more plain. Why, you only need to look at the shattered glass to know that the outlaw came in through the window. And that's the only possible way in, is it? Isn't there some other way into the flat other than through the window? I'll have a look around and see if I can figure it out, Prof. What other ways could there be into a flat, apart from the window? So let's explore the scene of the crime. If anything jogs your memory, Miss Pottsby-Mon, do tell us. I'm sure I don't see what the point of all this carry-on is when I have already told you who the criminal is. I'm afraid this is just the procedure we always follow, so if you wouldn't mind playing along. The toilet, finding me. Alright, let's see if we can't find some of the killer left behind by mistake. Are you sure this little spring chicken is up to the task, Inspector? She seems mighty inexperienced. But what would a poor defenseless young widow like me do if she was falsely accused by a rookie? Oh, please. There's no need for concern. I shall be keeping a close eye to make sure that everything is done the proper way. Okay, so it's the toilet. This is the way in! Damn it. I don't think it was. It was only a joke, I promise. Things about that case where the killers came through the bathroom via the flat next door. Wait, what? Please expand? Take care, oh my goodness, yeah. Like, the VOD will be here, so you can always just come and watch it if you want to. But yeah, goodness. Go eat, go rest. Thank you for coming along. If the door were locked and the key were inside the flat at the time, then it is plain to see that the outlaw did not walk in through the front door, as I've already said. Which, I do declare, brings us back to the window. Murderer and thief broke in through the window and stabbed my poor Jack in the back. I find that hard to believe. Lucy, what do you think? What if the door weren't locked when he broke in? Could have been locked later on, no? My poor, simple little girl. Did you not notice that the doors on these apartments all locked by themselves? Then maybe someone let him in. How about that? I can assure you I had never set eyes on that man before, and neither had my husband. Why would Jack let a stranger into his home? Or you're implying that I let the outlaw in myself? Let us not forget that any man entering the building would have had to pass the caretaker. Indeed, it seems unlikely that Nick could have gained entry to the flat through the front door. Which, I think we should investigate the window in more detail, Lucy. Let's go. It's inspired by the movie Candyman. Ooh, I have not watched, but interesting. Window. Oh. It were obviously smashed deliberately, eh? You must ascertain from which side the window was broken. Well, going by the way that all the glass is on the inside, I'm gonna take a chance here and say it was from the outside, you know? It was broken from the outside, from on the balcony. And how do we know this? Because it's where the broken glass fell. Most of it's inside the room. Exactly. The window was clearly smashed with some considerable force from the outside. Now at last will you believe my statement is true? The outlaw broke into my home and murdered my husband. Prof, it does seem... I have not finished, young lady. There is a piece of vital evidence on the balcony, something left behind by the outlaw. But of course you two would already notice something so obvious now, wouldn't you? She's so mean. Basically, it was a housing estate and the flat next door was occupied and unoccupied and there was a space between the walls. That's terrifying. Oh, no, I pressed the wrong button! Nope, we're still here. Zoom and enhance. Eee, there's a bloodstained towel on the balcony over here. Please tell me you didn't. Please do not tell me you failed to notice such an obvious piece of evidence before. No, I knew it was there. I'm just getting around to it. That's all. My, is that so? It would appear to be a towel used to wipe the blood off the murder weapon. I love how Al just always like interrupts as like Lucy and whoever she's talking to are just bitching back and forth. He's like, okay, we've had enough fun. Let's continue now. But why has it been chucked out there on the balcony? Now surely you can figure that out without my help. Clearly the outlaw threw it away there after he stabbed my husband and fled over the balcony. Maybe but there is one thing I'd like to double check. Let's assume the culprit did indeed break the window in order to get inside the flat. Loud noise would have alerted everyone to the intrusion. Does that not strike you as a rather clumsy approach for a seasoned housebreaker? The window was locked while the outlaw had no choice. It was locked, can you be sure of that? I do declare I can. I distinctly remember it was locked from before. I always check the doors and windows before I denude my body for a shower inspection. Denude? What does that mean? Like, denude would mean unnude. Would mean you are putting clothes on. Babe, please. Before I denude my body to take a shower, Inspector. Very reassuring to know. I'm pleased we could clear that up. Lucy, make a record of it, would you? It's fundamental to the case. I'm delighted to see that we are finally seeing eye to eye. Keep that locked door in mind, Lucy. I'll make a mental note, Prof. There's one more thing I'd like to clear up, if I may. And what might that be? You already mentioned it in your statement, but did you hear the noise of the window smashing? I most certainly did. Why, I still remember it now. I was in the shower at the time. Then I heard my husband scream, and I came running out onto the I came running out of the bathroom, and I saw the outlaw. As I said in my statement, he was wearing black from head to toe, and he fled over the balcony. And you stand by your statement. That's exactly what happened. Well, I hope you are not implying that I am a liar, Inspector. I merely wanted to confirm the accuracy of your very important statement. Thank you very much. Though locked prior to the incident, it is now open. Denude, verb, strip something of its covering possessions or assets. Oh, interesting. Huh. The more you know. That is actually a word. She's updated her statement. Please add that to the testimony. We can't make any useful deductions until we've established exactly how the victim was killed. We should start by examining the body. Right you are. Body. Do he got the booty? Kind of. Right, I think you've established the cause of death now, haven't you? Aye, you were fatally stabbed. Yet Nix wasn't found carrying a likely murder weapon, so it must have been disposed of somewhere in the room. Well, I do declare that murdering thief just cast aside his deadly weapon right here in my home. Am I to understand you have no idea what the murder weapon even is? Do you quite know what you are doing, Inspector? Please, be patient. Lucy, we need to locate the murder weapon. I'll track it down, Prof, don't you worry. I do believe you two need a helping hand. The thief fled over the balcony. Maybe look there. Maybe it was the broken glass. But she wanted us to look on the balcony. There's nothing really here apart from the bloodstained towel. Which definitely wasn't the weapon. Balcony itself, nothing there. Window, nothing there. So, Do we know, like, what kind of stab it was? Body. Fatally stabbed in the back. Doesn't say anything about what the weapon. Why does that image prompt you to look at the corpse's junk? Because you have to. These shards of glass look pretty sharp, Prof. You mean one of the larger ones could have made a makeshift weapon? That's what I was thinking, aye. Yes, the investigating officers had the same idea, so forensics studied every contender. But here comes a but. But none of the shards match the size and shape of the victim's wound. I knew it. Oh my, what terrible bad luck. Keep looking, Lucy. What else could have been used? There were a knife. There's some kitchen knives here, Prof. Could be the job. That would be consistent with the long, thin blade that forensics tells us the victim was stabbed with. The long, thin blade. I don't think that was in the evidence, so that's good to know. He was skewered one of these, alright, right in the middle of his back. Sadly not. That's not the weapon we're looking for. Oh? Why not? An officer has already found those knives and forensics has examined them for traces of blood. None was found. In fact, they look almost brand new. I'd say the inhabitants of this flat rarely cooked. Now, Inspector, whether we cook for ourselves or not is surely none of your business. Oh, Pierre, I thought I were on some of that. I'm beginning to feel like you will never find the murder weapon at all. On the contrary, we will most certainly find it. Lucy, let's keep looking. When will all this carry on end? My poor heart can surely not take much more. The police have already turned my house upside down and found no trace of a murder weapon. Surely you were looking in the grounds where that Surely you should be looking in the grounds where that murdering outlaw was caught instead. We've already completed a thorough search of the surrounding area. Then that wicked man must have just swallowed it, mustn't he? What? Stuck a knife down his throat? Give over. Don't tell me you've never seen a sword swallower before. And how used are the knives in Owl Flat? Correct. Perhaps we should take a step back and examine the facts we know about the murder weapon again. Lucy, there are no other obvious signs of physical trauma on the victim, correct? What does that tell you? He was stabbed in the back and has no other wounds, so... He was stabbed totally out of the blue. Take that! If he had no other injuries and was stabbed in the back, I'd say he was caught totally unawares. I couldn't agree more. So we can be fairly certain the victim was killed in a surprise attack. Oh, my poor Jack, that cowardly thief murdered him without even looking him in the eye. That man is beyond contempt. That would be nothing short of a miracle. After all, we're talking about a complete stranger entering the room. Aye, there's no way he wouldn't have put up a fight. That make no sense at all. Poor Jack. He must have drifted off to sleep in front of the TV. My poor honey did that a lot. That must be the reason why he did not notice the murderous villain breaking into the apartment. That's an interesting new piece of information. We'll file that as a witness statement, if you don't mind. I'd say that's more or less all we can deduce about the circumstances of the death at this stage. So we didn't find a weapon, but we did deduce a couple of things about the circumstances of death. But I do believe that... Ooh, excuse me. I'm not sleepy, I promise. I do believe the issues that were troubling you are no more. We've proven that the outlaw is guilty. Oh, aye? What exactly are you trying to say? The victim was taken by surprise and stabbed from behind. Smashing your way through a window hardly qualifies as a surprise attack, does it? My poor, sorry simpleton, you still fail to understand. My husband was sleeping at the time. He did not hear the outlaw break in the window. Give over. Are you really... Are you doubting me? You've already taken such a long time establishing that the window was smashed from the outside. That in itself is surely compelling evidence that the outlaw broke into my home as I have described. There can be no more room for doubt. Now I would kindly allow the... Visual novels are hard. They are actually the hardest type of video game. 1 second. I'll kindly request that you allow me to go back to my home now, Inspector. Of course, thank you very much for your cooperation. We shall get our files in order now after all the new information you've given us. I believe that would be for the best. Such a simple case as this can surely be laid to rest now. One last thing. Yes? If we happen across any other awkward issues, I presume you wouldn't mind helping us again? As long as you are not wasting my time, Inspector, I should be glad to help. Thank you. I wish you all the best. Just one more thing. Starting next week, we're launching a whole new video game. I don't know. I don't watch enough of those conferences to remember what they say in One More Thing moments. Much obliged, I'm sure. More like Columbo. I have not perceived Columbo, I will say. Prof, are you sure about just letting her go like that? We weren't going to reach a conclusion like that. She knows that we suspect her. Sorry, Prof, that's my fault. I got a bit het up. Don't apologize. We all get worked up sometimes. Anyway, I'm quite certain now that she is the culprit. Aye, likewise. You can tell she's hiding something by the way she's that quick to get Marty. I'm convinced she hid this weapon somewhere in the room after she killed her husband. She wouldn't have had time to dispose of it outside before the caretaker arrived. Then she arranged the scene to look like an intruder broke in from the outside. However, there's an inconsistency between the course of events she describes and the scene she set up. Is there? Of course, there's no such thing as a perfect lie. Ah. Whew. Excuse me, Lucy, I did not get much sleep last night. The murder weapon is somewhere at the scene of the crime, without question. Well, if we can Lucy misogyny hours! Oh my god! Well, if we can find it, we'll blast a whopping great hole in that double-barreled bimbo story. Please, Lucy! Behave yourself! There are two issues, the murder weapon and the way she set up the scene to look like a break-in. Right, okay. Double-barreled bimbo, oh my god. I think it's still important that we look for the murder weapon before anything else. Something long and thin. Insert joke here. Hunt out the murder weapon. Alright. Now this one, when I first played this game, I was fucking confused as to what it was asking me for. Because, like, you can't move anything. You can't say, oh, this is hiding a murder weapon underneath the bloodstained towel. So, I'm gonna go straight to what it is because it's ridiculous. Like, we already established it's not the knives. We already know it's not the glass. So here's the thing that it wants you to click on. The clock is the weapon. This clock's got me thinking, bruv. You better have a closer look at it then, Lucy. You might be onto something. Yeah, that had me fucking for like a good 30 minutes the first time I played. Like, what is going on? It's definitely not the pendulum. Glass cover does not look cracked. However, the clock hands sure do be long and thin. You were thinking that? Ooh, we got a smarty in chat. The long minute hand is slightly bent at the tip. So you've had a chance to examine the clock in detail now. Aye. And what do you think? Is there any way it could have been used as the murder weapon at all? Boop. I was gonna type it out, but I didn't want to look dumb. You are incredibly valid. This game is dumb. So, trust your instincts. Yes, the hand. It's long and thin, alright, and it's pretty sharp too. If you look closely, you'll notice it's also slightly bent. Aye, there's every chance this is what we used to do the fellow in. I agree. Which means the murder weapon were in the room right from the start. And having committed the crime, the perpetrator hid it on the premises. In other words, the culprit was in the flat before, during, and after the crime. An excellent find, Lucy. I'm that chuffed. Ask forensics to go over the clock hand again, would you? If it really is the murder weapon, then they should be able to find traces of Pottsby's blood on it. Will do. That's so smart. Ah! We need to locate some irrefutable proof that shows Miss Pottsby man's evidence to be fake. I hear you, Prof. So, again, I want to test chat on this one, because this one's one that, like, is... You're able to work this one out, so I want to see if anyone in chat has the idea. So I'll give you a minute and go through these. So she says she was taking a shower when she heard a window shattering, then her husband scream. So she hurried out to see what was wrong. When she came out of the bathroom, an outlaw was running away on the balcony. It was a muscular man dressed in black. And Jack often used to doze off while he was watching the television. Go through those again. If anyone has any ideas, feel free to throw them in chat. If not, this will be your final warning before I answer it. She was taking a shower when she heard a window shattering, and then her husband scream. She saw someone running away across the balcony, and Jack often used to doze off when he was watching the television. Also, appreciating this music quickly while I have a drink. Alright, you've had your chance, damn it. Objection! Ew, Prof, what's this all about? This could be it. A broken glass? Which statement would that be inconsistent with? This one. You've got it! I've got it! Oh, she actually said that. I've got it! Yes, this broken glass is quite clearly inconsistent with the statement. We've backed Pottsby man into a corner now. This proves she's been lying. Of course, you appreciate what the inconsistency is exactly, don't you? Aye, the bits of broken glass are on top of the body, not underneath it. That's all wrong. Precisely. This puts paid to the idea that an intruder broke in via the window and killed Pottsby. Well spotted, Lucy. So cute. Prepare your cat jams. Prepare your cos jams, your Gengar raves. It's time for the song again. That's everything. We've tied up all the loose ends, haven't we? Yes, in theory at least. How do you mean? We haven't got quite enough to prove beyond reasonable doubt that Pottsby man was responsible. Why'd you say that? Never mind. Why don't you call our suspect in and we'll take it from there. This time we get her to tell us the truth, whether she likes it or not. I can't wait. It's time. Grr. Off, bark, woof, growl. Oh my, keep your furry friend under control. Well, I do declare. My furry friend, as you put it, does have a name, Miss Baker. Bingo, but I call him Bing. Well, I can't say I approve of the collar, but I hope that chain's a good one. At the risk of repeating myself, Miss Pottsby man, would you mind, Yes, I know. Bing, go away from me in the car, boy. The trunk's open. What? I'm sure the good inspector will not be keeping me long. Off, bark, woof, growl. Now, whatever affairs we have to discuss, I trust we can do it quickly, Inspector. I always go to the park with Bing around this time of day. Don't worry, Miss Pottsby man. I'm fairly sure this will be the last time we meet. So what exactly requires my attention now, may I ask? I assume you have finally concluded that it was the outlaw who murdered my husband. Just have a nose fight and get it over with. Real, actually, real. I do love that they just have incredibly spiky noses in this fucking game. Like, we deserve these. On the contrary, we are now quite certain Mr. Nix is completely innocent in this matter. If you'll cast your mind back to our previous conversation, we established that the victim was stabbed from the back. The victim was stabbed from behind without warning. He was caught completely unawares. Mr. Postby had no idea what were coming. There's no way Nix could have done that if he came in the way you described. As I've already told you more than once, Jack was inclined to fall asleep while watching the television. Of course, we cannot deny the possibility that your husband was indeed asleep at that time. However, if that were truly the case, it would be at odds with something else that happened. In other words, why couldn't the victim have been dozing when he was attacked? Was it because he was stabbed in the back, the window was smashed, or he's not met the killer before? I remember this question being stupid because I feel like both of these work. Like, why would you stab him in the back if he was asleep? You'd just, like, stab him in the front. Easy. But the window smashed, I guess that would, like, wake him up. So I'm gonna go with wake him up because I think that's the logic they want us to follow. But maybe not. Oh, no, we were fine. It's good. It's because the window was shattered. All that glass breaking would have made a rat din and no mistake. No one could have slept through that. There's no way Mr. Pottsby wouldn't have woken up. I do declare you are as slow as a snail sometimes, Miss Baker. My husband was quite exhausted that day. He was sleeping like a log. Even the clatter of the window breaking would surely not have roused him. Well, there's not more to be said on that front, I suppose. Only when the outlaw drove his knife into my poor husband's back did he awake with a spine-chilling scream. And it was on hearing that scream that you ran out of the bathroom to see what was happening. That is correct. My sudden arrival scared the outlaw away before he could steal even a bitty bit. I know it was the thief they caught on the grounds. I see. So that's the course of events as you describe it. I have never said anything to the contrary. So, if I may just recap. You were having a shower in the bathroom when you heard the sound of glass shattering. Immediately after that, you heard Mr. Pottsby scream. That's what you're telling us happened, are you? It's also what you said in your statement. Of course it is, because that is the truth, Inspector. Then I would have to say that you are a liar, Miss Pottsby, ma'am. Well, a liar? Indeed, and there is a certain piece of evidence on the scene that will prove me right. Well, I'm all ears. If this evidence really exists, then I sure would like to see it.
It's the broken glass. Pacha!
I do love the, like, heart sort of, like, health system in this game. It's very fun. These bits of broken glass prove you're lying to us, Miss Pottsby, man. Oh, that is hogwash. All these little bitty bits of glass prove nothing of the sort. Would you care to explain, Lucy? Tell Miss Pottsby man exactly what the broken glass reveals.
The timing of the stabbing, dammit.
You only have to look at the broken glass to see the order of events that led to Miss Pottsby's death.
Miss Pottsby? Trans? Real? I'm sorry.
What order of events? You claim you heard the window smash first and then your husband scream. But if that were the case, what were all these bits of glass doing on top of the body, eh? Ah! If your statement were true, the broken glass would be underneath the corpse. But they aren't they, Miss Pottsby, man? They're on top. Which proves the window was smashed after the victim was stabbed. So it would seem you have deliberately given a false statement. I have done no such thing. Why, I've simply confused matters in my head. I'm all torn up about the loss of my dear husband. This simple misunderstanding proves nothing. I retract my statement. I simply cannot remember if I heard the scream of the glass breaking first. Perhaps the outlaw came inside some other way and only smashed the window after killing my Jack. Oh, you little weasel! Let us assume for a moment that you were indeed mistaken. That introduces a new complication. It does? Indeed, because we know that both the window and the door were locked before the incident occurred. If the culprit didn't break the window, how did he or she get into the flat? I have no idea. What are you trying to say, Inspector? What I'm trying to say is simple. We can now be sure that the true perpetrator of this crime is... It was you! It were you, Miss Goldie Pottsby, man! At the time of the attack, the window and the door to the flat were locked. The only other way in were by smashing the window, but we know that happened after the victim died. With no method of entry available, the only conclusion is that the culprit did not come in from outside. No, the person who did this was in the flat from the outset. And the only person who fits that bill, Miss Pottsby-Man, is you. Am I to understand you are accusing me of murder because I was in my home the entire time? Aye, you are to understand that. Then I must remind you of something of vital importance that you appear to have overlooked. Oh, what's that? Oh, just a little bitty thing called a murder weapon. I hear it told you have not found it anywhere inside the apartment, which I never left. If I had to be accused of this crime, I would just love to know where I'm supposed to have put it. Indeed, I confess to having been stumped by that conundrum. Well, there you have it. You have not a shred of evidence that I killed my husband. However, we did eventually manage to locate the murder weapon. Huh? I beg your pardon? Exactly. That's right. We know exactly what you used to skewer your man. I do declare it. Why, that's simply not possible. You didn't dispose of the murder weapon outside the flat. No, it's been in there the entire time. You're starting to rile me, Inspector. Tell me where this murder weapon I'm supposed to have used is. It was in the clock. Where is it? There. The murder weapon was hidden in the clock. What? Are you quite sure? Sure as eggs are eggs, aye. It was the minute hand of the clock that we used to kill Mr. Pottsby. Why, that is hogwash. A man can never be killed with such a thing. Well, the shape of the hand matches the victim's wound pretty perfectly. Aye, you haven't got long to wiggle your way out of this one. Brent is going over it with a fine-tooth comb as we speak. Ring, ring. Speak of the devil. Hello? Ring, ring. Talking, talking. The shape of it? Well, it is almost. You admit it now? I don't think so. Do you, Inspector? Prof, what's the matter? The results from forensics. They found nought on it, no traces of blood whatsoever. Really? Ma, what a terrible shame. Your trump card turned out to be a joker in the end. I do declare I hate when that happens. No, I must have missed something. Prof? Can I assume we are finally on the same page now, Inspector? The outlaw Nix is responsible for my husband's death, and I am no longer under suspicion. If you could just fill out these forms for me with words to that effect. Forms? But my husband's life insurance will simply not pay out without the proper paperwork, Miss Baker. Have you got no shame at all? We're talking about a man's... Oh god, she's going Scottish. Help, help, we're sliding! We're talking about it. That's nearly Irish. God, I just went through fucking 3 different regions. Help. We're talking about a man's life. Why, you have no idea what you're talking about, Missy. Jack doted on me. He would turn in his grave if he thought his little pot of gold could not be mine after his death. How have you got the gall to say something like that? Hi. Killing for cash. Not a bad idea. Eh, Prof, you alright? But your motives are far, far darker than that, aren't they, Goldie? Don't get uppity with me now, Inspector. Oh, but you enjoy it, don't you? You kill for money, but it's not the cash you're after. It's the kick. Isn't it? What are you on about, Prof? What's got into you? Oh, I can just imagine it. A little smile creeping onto your lips as you prepared the murder weapon. I will not fall into your petty trap, Inspector. Need I remind you that you still have not found this murder weapon of which you speak? And we never will. Because it no longer exists. Inspector, I do declare you have lost your mind. Are you suggesting the murder weapon just vanished into thin air? You'd be delighted if that's what we concluded, wouldn't you? But let me put it another way. The weapon that was used to stab Jack Pottsby didn't exactly vanish. It melted. Eh? What, in a furnace or something? Oh, I think I get it now. I know what happened. Where did the murder weapon disappear to, I wonder? God, I love this game. I love my best friends. Now, where did it go? Was it in the bathtub? Was it in the wardrobe? Definitely wasn't on the balcony. However... why he's scary? He's allowed. Legally. The murder weapon must have been melted in this pot. Oh yes, the very murder weapon that killed Jack Potsby disappeared in this pot. I have no idea what you were talking about. I assure you I was simply making my husband and I some pasta. Don't mock me! Where's the cutlery? Where are the bowls? The pasta sauce? There's no sign of any preparation of a meal at all, just the pasta in this pot of boiling water. I'm calling the police? You can't call the police. He is the police. I had intended to prepare those things later, but I don't think so. I don't think that pasta were ever meant for eating at all. No, the sole purpose of this pasta was for the fuck. It's fine. No, the pasta was prepared for the sole purpose of this little disappearing act. Tell me by now you figured out what the murder weapon was, Lucy. Oh, I am with you now, Prof. The murder weapon were a knife made of ice. Phew. Look at them! They're best friends. I love Al calling her out as Shady Pasta, for real. The weapon used to stab Jack Potsby to death were a knife made of ice. It would have melted out in no time at all in a pot of boiling water like the one with the pasta in. Why, anyone with just an ounce of horror sense can see that this is just a fiction you have concocted. Even if there was a knife made of ice, as you say, it's gone now, has it not? My hands are clean. You can never prove I had such a weapon in my possession. Well, no, perhaps not, but, ugh. Prof? Yes, we can. Pardon me, Inspector? You back to normal now, Prof? Sorry, Lucy. I'm fine now, yes. Thank you. What are you two whispering about over there? We're discussing the ice knife. You are, of course, correct that the knife itself is no more. However, in order to make the knife in the first place, there was a mold, and that mold is still on the scene. I surely would like to see it. Lucy, do you know what was used? I'm a bit tired from going apeshit. Look at that little wiggly ear! Oh, she's my best friend. I love her. She is fucking dead. It was this damp piece of card that we used to mold the shape of the knife. Aye, if you fold it back up along the creases, let's see what you get. Oh, look, a perfect knife shape. Yeah, you line the mold with cling film or the like, then you filled it and put it in the freezer to make your knife. We'll be able to match the shape of the wound to that of the victim's wound, to be certain, of course. Why, it's nothing more than a coincidence. Anyone can see that. We have more evidence against you. After you stabbed your husband, you used a towel to wipe the blood off with the knife. The towel we found on the balcony. Yes, and once you were satisfied you'd removed all the blood, you put that icy weapon in the boiling water. But, are you absolutely sure you removed every last trace? I'm sure I do not follow. In my experience, no one ever manages to remove all the traces of blood from a weapon. If you indeed dissolved the knife in that killed your husband in boiling water, we will be able to positively identify the victim's blood when we examine the pot. Why, you little... Lucy, have forensics go over the pot for us, will you? Straight away, Prof. Bye! I spoke with forensics and they're on the case already. Now we merely need to wait for the results. You ready to admit your crime now, Miss Potsby, ma'am? I have no intention of admitting to anything, Inspector. Even if you prove that my husband was killed with a knife made of ice, that does not mean I did it. Oh, know when you've had it, lass? I have had nothing, Miss Baker, other than my innocence questioned most unjustly. Unfortunately for you, there is no logical way in which you are not guilty. If you will cast your mind back, we showed there was no way into the flat when the incident took place. The doors and windows were both locked. In other words, it was only someone who was already inside who'd have stabbed Mr. Potsby. I don't know why, I'm just intent on transing this man's gender. It's fine. Oh, please. You admitted to yourself that you did not leave the flat. In your own words, the apartment which I never left. No, or is that another statement you would now like to retract? I must warn you that doing so is only likely to make things worse for you in the end. I demand to see my attorney. You cannot continue to question me in this way. Certainly. Lucy, make the necessary arrangements, please. Will do, Prof. Why, to be accused because of such a petty little thing. Woo! We did it! We done did it, gamers. We solved murder. There's a Roald Dahl book where a lady used a frozen leg of lamb. Yeah, I remember that one. I think it's not like a homage, but it's like inspired by a Shakespeare where instead of the murder weapon being taken away, it's the bodies being served to somebody, which is also fucked up, to be honest, but vibes. Cheap up Quaffy. Yes, she did. Ah! Okay, it didn't spin that time. I saved it. I ran a right tis when the lab said they found out on the clock hand, I can tell you. Don't worry, Lucy, you weren't alone. It's a bit of gamble as to whether they'll find any traces of blood in the pot of pasta as well. You're joking, aren't you? I'm pretty sure she's going to confess now, though. Pretty sure, eh? Alfondi. She's admitted everything. Oh, what a relief. Seems she was after the man's life insurance. She told us as much when we were questioning her, would you believe? Oh, well, did you know this? We found out that Potsby won a shit! Very large sum of money last year. That's when Miss Mann came into his life. Hardly what you might call a coincidence. She were a real gold digger, eh? Well, it seems Potsby was spending money like water. She was terrified he would rack up as much debt as the insurance payout, so she had to murder him quickly. I see. So it was something of a rush job. No doubt she prepared better for her other spouses. So it was all done and dusted then, fabulous. Must say, Al, you don't look very well. You're right. Probably that Jekyll and Hyde moment that's taken it out of you. You had taken it out of you, Prof. That's a bit of an exaggerated way of describing it, Lucy. But I do feel a little under the weather. I think I'll go home early if no one objects. Are you sure you'll be alright? It's nothing but a shit sleep won't cure, I'm sure. Can you close up the office when you leave? Consider it done. Going to bed? Godspeed. Enjoy the podcast. I'm probably going to be wrapping up because I don't think I have the energy to do a third case in this stream. But we will definitely be doing this again next week. Yeah, I hope he's alright. So it happened again, did it? Hey, do you know then, Florence, about the prof? What was it all about, eh? Calm down, Lucy. I really don't know that much about it. But you're safe as long as there's a criminal present. You don't hear that said every day. What I mean is, that other Al is only interested in criminals. It won't come to any harm. So he's got some kind of vendetta against all criminals or something. Actually, from what I've seen of him, I'd say it's quite the opposite. You can't help liking them. All the more so, the more atrocious they are. Yeah, I don't like the sound of that. There's really no cause for alarm. Like I said, as long as there's a criminal present, you're perfectly safe. What happens if he shows up when it's just the two of us, though? If it were me, I'd rip out my drip and run like the wind. I think I'll come in my plimsolls tomorrow. God, I love this game! I hope that the people who have never experienced it before are enjoying it as much as I have. But next time we are going on to file number 3, a murder staged. Which is finally where the difficulty starts to go up. Like, we've blasted through the tutorial today. But next time, it's so much. Ah! Sorry, I love this game so much. Let's keep that music going, but let's pop over to here. Yeah, thank you all for coming along today and re-experiencing it too. Yeah, like, I remember most of it, but like, there's so many little things coming back into it that are just like, oh, I love this game. Let's find somebody to raid. Let's find somebody who's live. I think Mendez might be live with some puzzles, which would make sense. Go from mysteries to puzzles. Seems only right, but who else is live, just so we give everyone a fair chance? Nah, I think, yeah, we'll go to Mendez today. Let's pop over there. Boom, bum, 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 bum. But yeah, oh my god. These fucking characters, they music, come back! Excuse me, we were not done yet. But yeah, these characters mean so much to me, and I can't wait to share it all, same time next week. Other than that, thank you for all the new followers today. If you are new here, feel free to drop a follow if you haven't, and jump in the Discord also, because it's a good time there. People are vibes, and I'm gonna start next week doing movie nights again, hopefully. So that should be really fun. But yeah, other than that, I will see you guys next time. I should probably set up the raid though. I just wanted to make sure that she wasn't like right about to end, and it doesn't look like she is. Yep, that's raiding to the right place. Yeah, I will see you guys next time. Make sure to follow here on Twitter also. I think I have a Twitter command, right? Yeah, that'll let you know when I'm live, probably the most reliable way, because sometimes my bot on the Discord just doesn't work. It's fine. But yeah, I will see you all next time. Bye!